Yeah, rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go with them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 though if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's true with God and Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English spotted on our homes. Tribal families turn on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we let this turn to something. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. You wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. And stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the source. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get paid and praised by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you could change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let their slave go, huh? That slave master was probably your kinfolk, huh? History in reverse, a black king strategy. When blacks were your majesty, they always hide your pyramids but point to where the castles be. Aristocracies with your last name patent accurately. Yeah. And I ain't even tell half the shit. Like, I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit. I'm trying to get my people back, nigga.
Yep. Wild Indian, yeah.
Hey V, line them up.
I'm a wild Indian, you know I go crazy. Ain't really Indian, that boy fugazi. I just keep it player, you can never play me. You got an ass so fat, girl, let's make a baby. And another one. Then I'm back to the trap, I'm trying to double some. She a bad woke chick and I love her tongue. We some jurisdiction boys, we some one-on-ones. Look, don't compare me to no Martin dog, I'm like Malcolm X. Job about our freedom, we'll leave a crack and stretch. Round of applause, boy, you know we clapping text. Chucky dog, child play, yeah, nigga, that's what's next. Open up the cans just like Arizona. Pull up mad stuff like we got the Rona. We set up jurisdictions when we buy the corner. How you claiming that's your hood and you not the owner? Be the B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dog, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a coon, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep an Olmec head when we slide, dog, cause we the sheep.
Like my niggas said, bitch, we the sheep. I can't keep the peace. If it pop off, then I want a piece. I'm just on release. I'm in go mode, motherfucker thief. In these streets like EBT, when we at war, make peace with me. I don't give a damn, understand, fuck who stole this land, white or black or tan, understand, it's fuck who stole this land. Might have seen me get a little buddy these hands, he wasn't no abo man. A lot of these dudes is Sambo man, they full of shit like my ammo can. What they call an N-word out the wrong mouth, that's an ambulance. Wild Indian, get it in advance, or you can post-date it. Ask around, I'm the most hated, straight sacred, they stole acreage. Go ape shit, show ain't shit, it won't be televised, I don't tape shit.
Be the B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dog, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peas, whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep a Olmec head when we slide, dog, cause we the sheep.
The Ducateers are about to begin. Giving love to all the ancestors that's tuning in. Here comes the Ducateers with some more.
Went out to the Olmec, Montauk, Shinnecock, Gasol, Choctaw, Chateau, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Muskogee. You know me, the whole me is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the Olmec, Montauk, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Chateau, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Muskogee. You know me, the whole me is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the whole.
Swooping through like an eagle, more like a stinging bee. Ancestors is left, right, in front me. I'm more David dynasty, live inside me. Moon goddess since birth, native nativeness, wild with natural style. Rain dancer under the moon, knock through the pearly gates. Escape from Spain to Panama, we still ahead of y'all. Never racing, just slow pacing to the top of the dome. We stand tall, y'all. Never lazy to walk, clap, slap back. For all the more talking, Shinnecock, never stop. A little petite, but never retreat. 10K is doggone tall, y'all. Riding, we wake very deep streaming. ET beaming, blood chop, lightsaber walker, wolf talker, never stop.
To the Olmec, Montauk, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washita, Blackfoot, Abenaki. Crown of the Olmec, Montauk, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washita, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Muskogee. You know me, the whole me is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the
tomahawk chop, an entire city block. Big Buffalo people coming back to wreck shop. Hip hop, a modern pop can't stop the rebirth for raw. Indigenous rock with the native chant. Christ war dance, at a glance. Anyone who glance at the Shechem war dance. War dance, Chief Seven Feather Owl. The Moorish Colin Powell. Make all these 14th Amendment rappers throw in the towel. Square, compass, and tribal. These masons taking oaths, disrespecting ancestors, selling they souls to ghosts. I raise my glass, make a toast to Aboriginal hosts, traveling through the cosmos. That's most, meaning that's on top. My wounded knee bandaged up. Black Hawk, what's up? Geronimo skull. We taking it back from the tomb of the bones when we coming in the rooms and resume like
Olmec, Montauk, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washita, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Muskogee. You know me, the whole me is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the Olmec, Montauk, Shinnecock, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washita, Blackfoot, Abenaki, Seminole, Muskogee. You know me, the whole me is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the OG.
Open up the heavens, let the sunshine in. The Ducateers and Empress are about to begin. Giving love to all the ancestors that's tuning in. Here comes the Ducateers with some more offering.
I'm experienced now. How great I am.
The black guard, got big lips and black bras. In the projects, rich is whipping that black hard. My rhymes insane, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Prior to job, my lives with Judas and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, my mental vision, setting up intuition. And you really don't have nothing if you intuition. I work with light just to give birth to life. I was born in all forms in the perfect night. The black guard, got big lips and black bras. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. I am the ruler, just like the Lion of Judah. My third eye was built like an iron computer. That's dark matter and deep thought making your heart shatter. I sleepwalk, talking with smart chatter, so I don't need you to ride or die with me. I got ancestors that vibe from the other side with with me and they beam up life after death. We got noses on our eyes cause the lights of breath. My priceless flesh, the final copy, look like Anunnaki. The black god, got big lips and black bra. In the projects, rich is whipping that black hard. Rhymes insane, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bra. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right to job, my lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, the black guard, got big lips and black broads. In the projects, rich is whipping that black hard. My rhymes insane, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James, that nigga's a black guard. And you wonder why we spit lead. Just the whole raps, niggas got big heads like Olmec. The way that I'm writing is more than vain. This is the age of enlightenment. We the Moors in Spain. Now that your honor, I pray to a black vagina. Even the Pope prayed to the black Madonna. In the sun, I shine as bright as I be. I'm the greatest of all time, like Muhammad Ali. And when I die, baptized in the fire, only fly at night, black skies are higher. Prior to Jah, my lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I ruled the world, rubies and pearls. The black guard, got big lips and black bra. In the projects, rich is whipping that black hard. Rhymes insane, my skills is whipping that crack hard. Look at LeBron James. The black guard, got big lips and black bra. As soon as I leave Earth, it's back to the stars. Right to job, my lives with jewelers and girls. Just ask nods if I rule the world. Yo, the black guard, from infinite to infinite stars. It's infinite light, my life's got an infinite charge. The instruments I implement to give strength to your heart. The temple within, the imprint, mimic the art. Into the dark, the dragon spark the fathom from a higher consciousness. I talk with atoms, I live in the land, and I live in the stars. Original man, I am the image of God. Call me Tut Ankh Amen. I cut diamonds, so as long as I live, nothing can stop shining. You gon' need to be in the bins to drive me crazy. Live on CNN, hearing cries from Haiti. You know them people down there trying to hide them babies. The black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. The black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars. The black guards, surrounded in light, attract stars.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. All of you, I know you got it. I know you got it, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
All right, man. Let's get right into it, man. Peace, 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 peace. Peace to the Aborigines, North, South, Central, and the Conjoining Islands. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, peace to the Indians, peace to everybody on this Saturday afternoon. I got a special guest today that's going to be rocking out, showing some visual information and just something that just morally solidifying the fact that we was already in America. And I just say this to this point, right, before I let them rock on, right? When it comes to the visualization, for us to even get to the point to where we understand and we have went through all of their educational institutions that pretty much lied to us. So once we get to the mind state that we was already here, it's emphatically that what you call so-called Negro, Black, or colored people been in America from time immemorial. And like I used to say back in the day, where did these people go? Did these people vanish? Or are they're still here, but they're just reclassified under another terminology? So with that, I present to you my brother. He would definitely introduce himself. He's been here. This is his fourth installment in the observation of the American Indians. So shout out to my brother. Peace to God.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Everything sound good?
Yeah, you good. I mean,
yeah. Peace to everyone who's tuning in. You know, it's a pleasure to be back, my bro A1. You know what I mean? Opening up the platform for the fourth time already. You know what I mean? And I'm just here to kind of do the same thing I've been doing, present some visuals, so we can get in some observation about, the Americas and the people that we that we claim to be our ancestors. And just going from another angle, you have various different angles you have to prove this point. But the visuals, are a great thing, because not only do you have accounts from foreigners that go against the mainstream narrative, but what I'm here to do today is kind of go a different route, because I've showed before. I showed a lot of depictions and things of that nature from foreigners, describing what they've seen here. But today I want to get into actual artifacts. You know what I mean? Stuff that was actually left here by the people. And we could say look or shit, but at the same time, we know what phenotypes look like. We there's a reason why we have eyes. You know what I mean? And we know what we're looking at when we see it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into some artifacts. I'll show a couple of other depictions as well, but mostly we're gonna get into some artifacts so you can really see what was left behind by our ancestors, even some in North America, because they're not very easy to find. You know what I mean? Like there's a plethora of artifacts you can find in museums and auction sites for people's private collections that I look at it as gatekeeping. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have gotten their hands on these artifacts. They're selling them behind the scenes. You've never seen them before, and they're putting hefty price tags on them, because they're meant to be circulated amongst a certain elite group. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the place you got to go to even find any of these artifacts. The auction websites, and they got a lot of them tucked back in these museums. So we're gonna do a little observation, and we're gonna kind of show and prove. Just putting more proof out on the table of who we are. Yeah. You got anything to say, one, before we dive into it? Oh, he stepped away.
No, I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
And
no, go ahead. No. I was just seeing if you wanted to say anything before we got into it.
Yeah, no, I just like the observation part is the most critical part, because even though your family told you who you were, we didn't come to this understanding until we actually seen evidence of us being in America. Because they got one story that's conflicting, right? That's accepted among all the people who revered to be these old prestige people, such as, people with these college degrees, people who do these lectures and documentaries to program us. So when you look at it from that perspective, right, you have a whole $1 trillion industry that's paid, that has professional speaking, and they up against us. People who have been traumatized, people that have went through a lot of extraordinary situations. So peace of guys, man. Peace of God. Share the build out. I'm about to let my brother get into it. So with that being said, I'm gonna mute up and let him get into it.
All right, no doubt, for sure. So let's see what we got. Yes, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this image here. Let me just blow that up. So this is a depiction of the Ohlone Indians, which are from California. So it's interesting about this one, because let's see. So let me just show you the actual source. So this is from the California State Library, right? So you can see that. And then here's the description. It says Ohlone Indians dancing at Mission San Jose. And it says this image depicts Ohlone Indians, their bodies decorated for a dance. Ohlone tribes live along the coast of California, originally in areas stretching from the San Francisco Bay, California originally. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's San Francisco Bay to the lower Salinas Valley. When the Spanish settled in California, many Olón people were forced to live and work in Spanish missions. This image is a reproduction of a painting by George H. Langsdorff done in 1806. The dance depicted was not a spontaneous event. Let's see. The dancers were required to perform for the Germans visiting the mission. Now, I can't confirm whether or not all that is true. You know what I mean? Because it does kind of depict or paint a narrative like, you know, of these people being subjects. And you know, again, like A1 talks about how, you know, people wasn't just pulling up here like that. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. My thing is that just look at the image, though. When you look at the image, oh, wait a minute. I mean, you can clearly see, you know, we got people with these are fros, these are afros here. You know what I mean? And these are brown skin people. And see, here's the thing. I'm going to show you the remix single, as A1 says. This depiction actually has a remix single. And I'm gonna, you know what? Might as well pull it up right now. Let me see. Wait, what's happening here? All right, great. Yeah, here we go, right here. So look at this. So if you need something to contrast with that, you could take a look at this one here, right? Now, just in comparison, you can see a lot of the same imagery. Even the individual in the middle here has two feathers. This looks like some sort of like branch or something like that with leaves on it.
They got a tree growing out his head. Look.
Exactly. Like, yo, like for real. And then you can see kind of word. Yeah, and then you can see here even the same kind of somewhat attire, even similar painting, except this is colored, and then you know, similar feather crown here. You see this person has the one feather just like this individual. Though this kind of looks more like a female, and this looks like a dude here. And then what they did was, see how he has the fro, they just gave him a hat. They gave all these people hats. You see that? That's crazy.
And now my question would be to you is this.
Yeah.
Why would someone be this insidious to make a remix single on an original picture?
Well, because you're trying to rewrite history. You know what I'm saying?
What would their reason? No, what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because they're trying to disenfranchise the original people, because there would be no reason for them to do this if they didn't have an agenda to bleach down the imagery of the original people. And here's the thing about that, right? Let me see. Oh, I got the source here pulled up for that one, right? For this depiction. So, hold up. Oh, I need to go back. So the original, like you saw right there, the original of this image was done in 1806, right? This is the original, the black and white one, right? It's the same depiction, it's just not colored. So 1806, the original was done. Then we go here. Now this is the source for the remix single, and it tells you right here, 1835 through 1840, right? So now you know which one is newer.
Yeah, see? And see, like right there, that will show you, right, not to trust anything that they tell you, including their science and their DNA. Right. Why would you trust their, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we see this on multiple occasions, bro. We see this everywhere.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I even got an artifact I'm going to show you that's the remix single. We'll get to that though. But yeah, they're here calling these people to dance with the Olón Indians. So they're telling you that these are the Olóns. And you can see right here, California, and it says it right there. And it says America up here. So they're trying to now pass this off as the image of the California Indians, but the original image was this.
What would you? How would you think they will word that? Like if they trying to pass that on and trying to brainwash some people into believing some shit that's obviously because the date from that is after that date. So they just kind of what? We got this wrong. We made a mistake by saying they look like. Are you serious?
And that's what
like,
I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, it should be obvious, man. It's like, yo.
It's like we're catching them in the act. You know what I mean? Like
somebody said, can you reset your mic?
Reset my mic.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just check with the chat. I know Shy Alpha said that. Can everybody hear the brother, or do I need to adjust the mic? Hold on. Let me see something.
I'm showing the stuff.
I can't adjust it. Hold on. Can I adjust the mic?
My mic is off. I thought it was sounding kind of crispy, actually.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, but I gotta, I hear you. Let me see something. Go ahead. Give me a mic check.
Yes, sir. Mic check.
All right, we good. I assume we good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so like I was saying though, so we're basically catching them in the act. Just with this one depiction, again, none of this should exist. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were on the up and up about the history that they're pushing to the public, there should not be any reason for them to create another depiction with everyone bleached out. Like that doesn't make any sense. So we're basically catching them in the act and changing our identity and giving it to a paler skinned people. So I guess we can move on to the next one. So here's another depiction here, more California Indians. What is all this? All right, hold up. This thing's acting a little weird. Oh, let me see. Okay, here we go. So again, we could take a look at these two individuals. Honestly, they look kind of like Little Richard and 50 Cent to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you, with long hair. But clearly, these people are not. They do not represent the imagery of what they consider to be modern day Native Americans or Indians or whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? And you can see right here, it says at the bottom, Californians, right? And let's see. This is the title, Antique Print of Native Californians by Portraiture, 1843. Says antique printed title Californians, lithograph of Native Californians, the indigenous inhabitants who have lived or currently live in the geographic area within the current boundaries of California before and after the arrival of Europeans. This print originates from Histoire Naturelle de Home, is how you pronounce it. Comprenant des recherches sur I don't even want to read all that, but well, you see what it says. So yeah, that's just another one there. Let's see. I hope this thing. Here we go. All right, hold on. Let me get back to where I was at. I don't know why this thing does this every time. Just give me 1 second. Wait, no. Yeah, so, just starting off with a couple of depictions of some California Indians, and then we're going to go straight into a few artifacts, mostly in Central America. They seem not to hide a lot of that history for whatever reason. But let's see. So we got another one that I'm sure everyone is has seen. More California Indians. Why is this doing that? All right. So it says El Habitants de California. Yeah, this thing is bugging out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it says Jeu des Habitants de California, and this is from the Library of Congress. All right. It says Native women watching men play game, possibly related to gambling, at a mission near San Francisco, California. And this is the artist, Louis Choris. And this was published in 1822. Right. And you can, take a look a little closer. Now, some of these people do look like they could be a little mixed, but that's clearly a Negro. Without any doubt. Clearly Negroes here, these two. Yeah, and they, for the most part, they're all very dark, these people that are depicted. So there's really no mistaking what we're seeing. And look, there's no teepees in the background. There's actually houses. So that's an interesting observation as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's this is not gonna keep doing this. All right, well. Boy. All right, my bad, y'all. Let me get back to where I was at. Keep going. Stop. All right. Okay, here we go. So here's another one, obviously, everyone has seen. Right? More California Indians. Sorry, they're a little bit naked there. But if you want to just raise your eye level to the face area, clearly these are what you would call Negroes. You know what I mean? It's not even a doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, so real quick, right?
Yeah.
So even when you're looking at the images of them, right? According to, information and evidence that I've seen, I know that is just to paint a picture of the Indians here looking as savages. But in the same token, it gives you the actual depiction of the people who was here. So this is not like, like even we show you these images, we showing you the images because the depiction of the people, they right. But the allegory to what an Indian is what they trying to create a perspective or a narrative or go with the narrative. Because they never want to tell you that they got all the science and all this technology from us. And the only reason they wearing clothes is because we the ones who taught them to wear clothes.
Exactly. Because where does the cotton come from? You know what I mean? And that's a good point because you could kind of you don't want to take everything that you see, especially what's because see here's the thing, so we can compare some of these depictions that they created to some of the artifacts I'm going to show, and the artifacts are not going to depict a bunch of naked savages running around. You know what I mean? So for what they create, you got to kind of take with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Because it's always going to have an agenda. Yeah.
When you show the images, you're going to see in most of the images, none of them have long hair. They all got afros.
Right.
Like some fucking, like they niggas went to the barbershop and been getting shape ups. That shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like a Brooklyn style afro.
That's a fact.
Tape it up and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once you see this, then we know, like, all right, maybe in certain circumstances, people allow their hair to grow. And when their
Right.
hair grow, remember, if you put oil in your hair, as we read, you know, it don't have like bare fat don't have to be primitive. You could be living in the house doing your hair, putting oil in it in a mirror. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Exactly.
you don't have to be in the woods somewhere with a bucket of bare fat and shit and just
Just
rubbing
like
in
we
the
do
hair.
today. Just
Yeah,
like we do today.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. But continue.
Yeah. Because I mean, I got long hair, and I could put water and just a little bit of product in it, and it'll basically, you know, curl up and fall flat, kind of, you know, like. But if I leave it as is and I just pick it out, it comes out into a fro. You know what I mean? So it's all about how you treat it. You know what I'm saying? But just to give the source material on this depiction that, like I said, everyone knows, I'm sure. This is from the University of California, right? And it says Northern Valley Yukon Indians hunting on Bay of San Francisco, California, right? And then it says, Ludwig Choris. Is that the same person? It says he's a Russian artist, French. Okay, same year actually. It looks like 1822. So that's basically the sources. It's okay. Here's the description. Actually, it says 2 Indian males engaged in hunt. Each have animal skin quivers packed with arrows. Figures stand on hill. One with his his bow drawn. San Francisco Bay in background. All right. So they're telling you here that these are California Indians, and when you compare this to the Indians you see today, I don't think they look quite the same. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So let's see what else we got. Hopefully this doesn't take me all the way back out. Of course it did. All right, hold on. Let me see. Pardon me. I don't know why this web browser is doing that. It's kind of weird. All right, yeah, there we go. By the way, shout out to Royal Bloodline. He the last build we did, A1, he was showing love here, you know what I mean? You know, he was promoting it and everything. So that's what's up.
Now, Royal Bloodline, a good brother, man. Shout out, peace to God, man.
Yeah, for sure. Peace to God.
Definitely being a place to be. Definitely astute when it comes to learning and shit, man. And that's what all of us need to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning today. So, you know, definitely it's like Royal Bloodline. And shout out to everybody in the chat room, man.
That's a fact. Peace to everyone. Peace to everyone.
It's a crime scene, man. I say my brother nonetheless in there. This is a crime scene.
God.
You know, this is a crime scene. These people then recreate, and it's really sad because, you know, when other people, like we got Europeans, right? Or, you know, what we call Europeans, like that's cool, that fucks with us. And a lot of people be wondering, well, what is our riff? The riff is that we've been lied to and told that we Africans. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. That's a situation right there. And until that's recorrected, then we're going to continue to have problems because we know why they doing what they doing. We know why.
Yeah, because it benefits the entire world for us to not know who we are and claim our royal birthright in our land. You know what I mean? Everyone is eating off of us not know who we are. That's why the whole world is here set up on our land. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course they're not going to want us to know. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that, you know, there's maybe a lot of people that do want us to know. You know what I'm saying? Because there's other people that outside of us that rock with this whole paradigm. You know what I mean? That know there are people that do know that we the Indians, that we are the Aborigines of America. You know what I mean? So but the establishment is really the problem. You know what I mean? And they're going to try to suppress this as much as possible. But at this point, it's all they can really do is stay silent at this point because the information is already out. That's one of the things that's backfired about the internet. Like they use it to spread propaganda, but just as fast as propaganda is going to spread, the truth is going to spread. You know what I'm saying? My bad. When you were saying something?
Nah, I'm fucking with my cat, man.
Ah, yes.
Trying to scratch me and shit, just run up under my chair. But listen, that is like what he's saying is this, right? Until shit get corrected and history, is out there and is really sincere and giving real historical references, right? Not the ones that they created to create a narrative to make, what I'm saying? And the way I look at it is, when you really when you out there and you really doing business or you dealing with people other ethnicities, right? Or from other countries, right? A lot of them, is cool people. A lot of people will really, they will embrace you according to your character, right? But then a lot of them, when you do get cool with a lot of people, they ask you questions like, they start saying stuff like, well, your people was just blah 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 blah. Like, what I'm saying, not to say anything not to just say, I'm just trying to just give you an understanding to like how people communicate and how I be hearing what they be saying. Like, they know we the gods. They know we, we created a lot of shit. They know that we are what the, foundation of what this shit stands on. That I go back to that right there.
What's that?
The shit right there.
Oh yeah, I showed that in one of our other builds. That's like a
apocalypse.
Yeah,
like the
or
from the X-Men.
or the Juggernaut. Well, yeah, so definitely an X-Men character for sure.
Yep.
That's an Olmec. That's a Yoki or Yugicho they call them. That it's basically like an emblem or ornament they would wear on their belts when they would play the ball games. You know what I mean? So yeah, that joint's crazy, which is why it's the background. You know what I mean? But yeah. I showed that on it might have been part 3. So yeah, my bad. But yeah, you can continue.
Nah, the just the images, because like, you got, everybody got a right to say what they say. Like me, I don't just keep it to my family. I'm like, the whole premise of doing this is to, alert other people that, it was black people already here in America. Fuck all the bullshit. I ain't gotta call them by no names and none of that shit. If you want to call them Indians and you want to catch up with the terms, then that's cool. But when I'm just telling people this on a regular basis and telling them that it was black people already here, in their minds they can't conceive it because they was told that was only one person here, and that's these fucking mestizos.
Right.
It's not us. So what was we doing while they was here? Was we helping them chop down or take branches so we can form a teepee? Or was we putting fucking mud into fucking shapes and forming bricks and laying out our property and having great fortresses with canals and pyramids and irrigation systems and bridges and just it's infinite when it comes down to the possibilities to what our ancestors was doing. So
that's a fact. And just to go back on that point, when you're talking about dealing with people who are not from here, right? Because, and I was just explaining this to in my family group chat or whatever. It's like, because my pops has sent like an article from the newspaper where they're supposed to be putting out over $2 billion to fund immigrants. And it's like you said, we will definitely come across people on a micro level, on an individual level that are good people. But on a macro level, unfortunately, everyone is our enemy. And it's just the fact of the matter. And it's only because the fact that they're even here is a hindrance to our growth, because they're stepping on our toes, whether they realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's been indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? So everyone looks at America as a free-for-all. America has been made into the whore of the world. You know what I mean? Where everyone comes to get
That's
what
a
they
fact.
need. It comes to abuse,
Yup.
get whatever they need to get, and throws their to the side whenever they fit. When they get what they need. You know what I'm saying? So
Yup.
that's why it's like I can't get caught up on nice people. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of nice people, and we have a lot of nice people that are suffering. And I hate, I hate that I got to see homeless people, right? And then I see a lot of these foreigners when they come up to them to ask them for $1, they look at them crazy, or, you know what I mean? Like, and that I don't know why when I see stuff like that it bothers me, because then I see a lot of these foreigners begging for money. You know what I mean?
They do it another way. Yeah, they do it another way. Like they do the same thing, but they find ways to get around a system. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
because
Well, the system allows them to, because the system wants
exactly.
it. They want them here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
When it's us, the feds run down on you for the PPP loans and shit. Like these people been getting loans and all this shit all this time.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. They help them to disenfranchise us, because that's the purpose of why they're here, whether they realize it or not. The corporation knows what they're using them for, and they're basically brought here to sign up to be their slaves. They know that even though a lot of our people have been indoctrinated and a lot of them have become coons, in support of the system, like people who willingly went and took the jab, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But either way you put it, our people are still going to have a natural rebellion towards the system, regardless if we think that they brought us here from Africa and blah 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 blah, or whether or not you understand that we're the original people of this land. We're still gonna have a natural rebellion to the system. They want to get people here that's going to do everything they can to keep this system afloat. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they're bringing all these foreigners is because they're losing power. You know what I'm saying? So they're just going to spam us with all these foreigners, and it's going to, as it is right now, it's creating all types of chaos and havoc, and it's going to get to the point where our people are going to have no choice but to actually act. You know what I mean? Instead of just turning a blind eye to it, and we got instead of just putting up with, we'll put up with the fact that we can't park in front of our own houses no more, stuff like that. It's going to get to a point where we're not going to be able to turn a blind eye to it, and that's why you got people protesting now. But we done waited too long. You know what I'm saying? Like we still got, we let the Democrats get us so caught up on the black and brown coalition nonsense. And first of all, you're the brown. There ain't no black. You're the brown.
Yeah.
Like we just got to get out of this minority mindset. You know what I'm saying? A minor is someone who can't enter into a contract without a legal guardian. So that means you as a minority with that mentality, you basically are handing your rights over to Zaddy. Zaddy now controls and handles your affairs. You know what I'm saying? And literally, because I know I told you I work for Nassau County where I live at. There's literally a department called Minority Affairs. But guess what? So Minority Affairs typically was run by our people, right? But then they also let other quote unquote minorities in there to get these little government jobs. Then on top of that, they gave all these other minorities their own departments as well. You know what I'm saying? So you got Hispanic affairs, you got Asian affairs, you know what I'm saying? But then they still get to utilize minority affairs. You know what I'm saying? So what we have gets blanketed to every so-called minority, right? But then those same minorities who are foreigners here get their own departments as well for them to utilize just for themselves. And this is the type of stuff we have to deal with here in America. This is just on a county level of government that I see this. You know what I'm saying? And our people did give them a little fight, but they're just gonna bow anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. So that's just the kind of an example of how this system treats us in our own land. You know what I mean? And we do have to realize, like, even though we probably could do a better job, there is a system that's rigged against us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the facts of it. Like it's too abundantly clear at this point for us to, we definitely, like I said, because we allowed ourselves to get marched into all types of agendas, especially, the biggest one being Michael King. That was the worst thing that ever happened for our people. You know what I'm saying? But
they got a new agenda. The new agenda is that the Cherokee freemen are slaves, and all of these other so-called people who were supposed to be part of that 1865 treaty. But that shit right there is some other pseudo shit.
Yeah,
because that's not how they even got it. They didn't. That small fraction of people who was caught up into that shit, that's not how they got us. We were still doing what we was doing all the way up into the 1900s. So even when you do see plays like that, you got to kind of because I didn't see too many black towns. I see too many black towns for this shit to be going on in the same area where you got other black people within the vicinity. So I'm like, some of the cities is like mine. It's like it's the same plays that been ran on us, right? So you got these individuals who told that they were slaves of the Cherokee or slaves of, so now you got to kind of be smart enough to understand, well, wait a minute. So where was you guys at? Oh, you was in blah, blah, blah county in Carolina, right? Then you go back and see it was nothing but niggas there who was already free. So it's like they run so many plays on us to where we're just kind of like just bumping into the wall and just stumbling around and shit, slobbing.
Exactly.
With slob coming out your mouth and shit, and you don't even understand the plays that here. Real talk.
No,
real. Just getting up to work, getting up, the alarm clock on ding, and get up and go to work.
As a whole, we definitely are on the slow bus as a people. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that the reason why that is because it's like, I think we trust our own people too much. You know what I'm saying? Because it really has been our own people that has sold us out. And if they haven't purposely and knowingly sold us out, they were unfortunately used as an agent, like you could say Michael King, because we know he was funded by the Rothschilds, and things of that nature. But then it also seems like he did figure it out. But by the time he figured it out, that he integrated this into a burning house, it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you before, Jackie Robinson was Michael King on a smaller scale. That was just with baseball. It was like that was a trial run to see, like, can we pull this off? And the only people that have benefited from us integrating into the system is the corporation. They've made trillions of dollars off of just our entertainment alone. Just our entertainment alone. Just sports, music. They done made trillions of dollars while we pocket pennies in comparison. You know what I'm saying? They have not a talent in the world. You know what I'm saying? All of that could have been kept in the Negro League. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, unfortunately, we've had our own people sell out, and they have carried out these agendas and marched us into and they basically have marched us right into these agendas, right into the slaughterhouse.
And they like, even when you get into like Booker T. Washington and the Talented 10 and all these individuals, right? That was like kind of the first play, but niggas ain't fall for that. Niggas ain't really fall for the Talented 10 like that. They got some niggas, but then most of the niggas like, nah, we ain't fucking with them sellouts. We see niggas believe rumors. So a rumor come out like, yeah, these niggas sellouts. Nigga like, man, nah, we ain't fucking with them. Like, so we already see the play coming. It's gonna be some niggas who gonna fall for it. It's like you see even with the voting shit. You're gonna see some, or with the seat thing, right? Or with the flu thing. With all of it, with all of these different plays, so many different plays that ain't in your best interest that you sign up for voluntarily, like you're a willing participant.
None of it.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's the way that they run the play to make you a participant in your own demise.
Yeah, oh, your shit squeaking now, yo. Your shit tweaking. Mute your mic real quick. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But it definitely got static in it now. So, I mean, it's not a problem. Just, you know what? You on a speaker?
No.
You?
Say I'm on the speaker.
Yeah, I thought you like on a headset.
No. I got an actual microphone hooked up.
Oh, okay. All right. Look, if you can, because it's kind of like it's going in and out. I don't know why it's going in and out. You can hear me clear, right?
You actually go in and out on my end.
Oh, you said I'm going out. Okay. All right. Well, look. All right. Maybe it's me then. Let me press 1. Can you hear the brother clear?
Hello. Mic check. I don't even got the chat.
Oh, all right. They saying that's you. Look, just yeah. Just if you can, it's all good. Sometimes it should be like this, man. We on their system, bro. Remember that. So if everything's subject to change, if you can, leave the panel, leave, and then come back in and let's see if that works. If not, try to unplug your headset and maybe plug it back up. Cause I don't know I don't know the speaker, I don't know what it is.
It's still bad now? It's still bad?
Yeah. It's a little fuzzy. If you can look, just remove your matter of fact here. I'm gonna kick you out and just click the link to come back in.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I'll hit leave studio. I'll be right back.
All right. So while he taking care of that, peace to everybody, man. Hopefully everybody enjoying their day. You know, you got something productive going on. While we wait for the brother to get his microphone and everything together, or maybe a StreamYard, because StreamYard, you know, StreamYard be having its issues too. So trust and believe that. Hold up, he's back in. Hold up. Give me a mic check.
All right, I think you can you hear me?
You good? Yeah. You 100. You 100. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, and I just wanted to say one more thing in regards to dealing with foreigners, right? Because again, we know usually a typical type of person is sent here, you know what I mean? And the main thing you got to remember, because we probably forget a lot, but you got to remember how these people treat the Aborigines in the land that they come from. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these places, especially Latin America, we know they have a system of white so-called white supremacy, whether Bloqueamiento, where there's Avanza de Raza or Mejor de Raza, you know what I mean? So in those places, see, you're not supposed to know that none of that exists. You know what I mean? When they come here, it's black and brown coalition and fight. All that is fake. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at how they treat melanated people or carbonated people where they come from. And if they're willing to oppress those people there, they're only coming here and being friendly with us because this is business. And they're trying to get our dollar. You know what I'm saying? So always keep that in mind.
Well, and they do that to get themselves established here. Once they get established, then you see their real true colors.
Absolutely.
In some cases, I say in some cases, because sometimes, I done met, like I said, I done met some of them, a lot of them who's good people, but then I done met a lot of them that do some bullshit. So it's like, you just gotta be the judge or have discernment when it comes to dealing with anybody, even dealing with your own people.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because we've been talking about in the scenes, and I didn't told you about some of the stuff that I've dealt with recently concerning our own people. So yes, there are definitely instances where other people will treat you with kindness, and your own people will try to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like I said, on the micro level, yeah, you have your own discernment about who you give your time and energy to. But on a
You know if a
macro,
person, but you real talk, you'll know if a person is unless they got some real hideous real hideous agenda or whatever. Other than that, like if you've been knowing somebody and they've been pretty much the same way and they always like, people who write you over their house and shit, that ain't no serial killer, ain't nobody who got no ill intention. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you coming over, we having a party. Like it could be, I've met people like when I was a chef or whatever, of other ethnicities and shit, they be getting down. And you know what I'm saying? And then, but that's a whole nother story. But just on a note of even our people, like when we get into a lot of these different organizations or a lot of these so-called fraternities, because a lot of them fraternities and shit started when the Rockefellers and all these philanthropists started to go down there and give them money. Prior to that, we ain't had no fucking no Greek fraternity, not no Euro Greek shit, because the Greeks are the Minoans, which is niggas. So that whole Greek story is all some made up shit too.
Yeah, Minoans and
It's
exactly.
all some made up. The Greeks is made up. There ain't no people ever walked the planet called the Greeks. Now it is, but when they telling you, oh yeah, the Greek, that's a fucking lie, bro. There ain't no Greeks that existed until now.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Oh, okay, all right. Yes, for sure. So I guess I guess maybe I'll get back into more of the
Now, go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing.
Can you see my screen? Because I downloaded Chrome because that Microsoft Edge was acting a little funny. So
yeah, no, that's all.
You can see everything?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So this is another image I'm sure people have seen. Just a one off real quick. This is a tobacco advertisement, a Dutch tobacco advertisement, and you can see here it is a banner. It says Indian Morian, right? Which means in the Moor. I got to give a shout out to a friend because upon observation, you did point something out. Says Moor doesn't necessarily have to be a person; it could be a place, right? So, Indian Morian is probably the tobacco shop that was being advertised here. But then again, when you look at it though, right, you see the figure here who's being used to promote the tobacco shop. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like duality. Like the shop is called the Morian, but then you have the individual here who they would refer to as a Moor, which I've shown before. And because this is another advertisement they have in the tobacco. The Amsterdam Pipe Museum, where they definitely use Moor and Indian interchangeably a lot with these advertisements. So again, just cross-referencing from all the other depictions we've seen. And remember, this is not just a depiction. This is an actual tobacco ad that they're using these figures to promote their product. And so we could clearly see here this individual. Now, it's not easy to see the face, but you can see the hair. You can see this person is dark in tone, and they depict them the same way with the feathered crown and the kilt, and with massive barrels of tobacco here. And the thing is, like I said, when it comes to the term Moor, people might feel a way about that, but honestly, I think it's the best thing when I see Indians being described as Moors, because that leaves no doubt that these people that they're referring to are so-called Negroes or so-called Black people. You know what I mean? And I think that's a very important part of the observation of of the original inhabitants of America. Because there's no mistake in that. So this is just the source material. And again, you can see here they're calling it a standing Indian with a feather headdress on his head and dressed in a skirt of tobacco leaves. Yeah. So that's just a quick one there. It looks like it's dated. Why did it do that? Um, see, here we go. So even this one is doing it. All right. Well, all right. Hold on. Let me get back to where I was at. Why is it doing that? So I think that was the last one for right now, because we do got a few to get into. So let me just run a few off real quick. But that was the last depiction that I have. Now we're going to get into some actual artifacts. And oh yeah, A1, that's some of my my little vegan cuisine, you know what I mean? I was telling you about. But whatchamacallit. So all right, so here we go. So here's the first one we got. So let's just have a look here and just look at the features of who's being depicted here. Just the lips, the nose, the eye. First of all, those are not what you would call chinky eyes or whatever you want to call them. That's associated with so-called Mongoloid people. The nose, the lips are robust, and kind of have, thick, puffy cheeks. From my observation, this is a Negro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really no getting around that. This is a Negro here. And see, and now I'm gonna show you even a comparison too. But there's just a few more angles. This is the back angle. Kind of got a little forehead on him, but look, he looks like he's bald as far as the depiction goes. But clearly, I mean, you could clearly see features wise, you done seen this person around the corner. You know what I'm saying, or in your family. You know what I mean? And so, and somebody who's ignorant might say, "Oh, this is Africa." Yeah, look at that. Look at the close up. Like, come on. But actually, this is a fine Mayan stone hatcha, human head form, right? And this is from an auction website. Which one is this from? Is this from Heritage Auctions? But you can see here it was sold for $1,100. Let me hold up. I'm zoomed in. I didn't realize that. So here's the description. It says pre-Columbian Veracruz Maya circa 500 to 950 CE, a magnificent example of a ceremonial hatchet depicting a human head donning an arched headdress / headband upon a high crested forehead, hand carved from a gray stone with hints of soft pink hues. Most hatchets represent human heads like this example, although the skulls and heads of animals such as jaguars, birds, bats, deer, and monkeys are also depicted. What makes this visage particularly fetching is how the sculptor created rich contrast between naturalistic and abstract stylized features. For instance, those enormous, deeply set round eyes, an exaggerated shape perhaps to connote the all-seeing nature of this individual, contrasts greatly with the relatively naturalistic full nose, fleshy cheeks, and parted voluminous lips of the face. So there you go. There's more. It's basically just saying that how these hatchets were associated with ball games. It was sort of they say it's a ritualistic thing, and it was a part of the player's equipment. Instead, these were worn during ritualistic ceremonies related to the game. So you just get a kind of understanding of that. So that's a Mayan. This is a Mayan figure here, according to them. And then, wait a minute, where I didn't cut down here. Okay, all right. Well, all right. So let's just go to the next one. We got another Veracruz. You're going to see a lot of Veracruz hatches. You're gonna see a lot of different cultures from ancient America, not just Mayan. You're gonna see some other ones as well. But this is another nice little dope one. Nice stone hatchet here. You can just observe here. the features of this individual. And you see it has like some sort of a like headdress or something, and then there's design of like it looks like some sort of like a cat or something like that, animal. But this is pretty dope. Yeah, a nice artistic visual. And see here, just look at the features here: the nose, lips, the eyes. Yeah. So there's just some a few more angles, and oh, that's a close up of the animal. It looks, yeah, it definitely looks like some sort of cat, probably a jaguar or something to that extent. But let's see what they say here. So it's from the same site. Yeah. Oh, this is liveauctioneers.com. Right. So Veracruz stone hatchet eagle with chief emerging, and this is was sold for $6,000. So they dated it at the same time as the previous one. It says exceptional and important stone hatchet to implement using the ball game in the form of a warrior inside the head of an eagle. The warrior is shown with large almond-shaped eyes and wearing large stone ear spools. The eagle is shown with the large open beak, circular eyes, and angular visage. Atop the beak rests a small jaguar with fluid body and large paws. All right. And you can see right here, ex-California private collection acquired in the 1960s. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have these private collectors that have access to these artifacts, and they're trading them on these auction websites in the background. And unless you're looking for it, you're never going to know it's there, you know? So to me, that's definitely a form of gatekeeping. And these are some of these ones here are some of the lesser. They're being sold for lesser amounts because there's some you're gonna see that's 20 G's, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So let's see. All right, cool. Thank you. So here's another one, another Veracruz stone hatcher. Just get a closer look at that. Now, I don't know if this is hair. If this is hair, then to me it looks like afro for sure. You know what I'm saying? And it has a nice like lineup here. You know what I mean? But I'm not sure what it is exactly. But it does look kind of like afro. And then clearly you can see the features here. Look at the lips, the nose. It's just it's undeniable. Let's get another angle. So that's the front angle. No mistaking those features. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's a side view. All right. So let's see what they say about this one. Yeah. So like I said, Veracruz carved stone hatcher, and it's only sold for $750. That's interesting. Same website, Live Auctioneers, and here's the description. It says pre-Columbian Veracruz carved stone hatcher in the form of a deity's head, circa 500 AD. And here's the collection of Dr. Donald Feigelson with appraisal by Sidney Newman. All right. So these are the people that are safeguarding, these artifacts. So let's see what else we got. See, this one is interesting here. Now you're gonna know this is a Negro, right? You can already tell just by looking at it, but when we read the description, you're gonna really be like, wow, because I do the same thing. Now, first of all, just look at the features. Look at this. I mean, come on, that's Jamal. You know what I'm saying? And look at the hair. See, you have braids. These are braids, and then this part is unbraided. You know what I'm saying? Like like how Method Man used to wear it. You know what I mean? Where he have half the hair braided, half of it out. I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So just look at the nose, look at the lips. It's undeniable. This is, I'm not even sure what this is accompanying it, but come on, bro. That's a Mongoloid for real? That's a mestizo? All right. Look at this. You can see the braids clearly here. right? And that's just the bottom. So let's see what they have to say. So pre-Columbian Veracruz style stone hatcher. This says it only sold for 350. That's kind of crazy, but maybe it's a small. A lot of them are actually pretty small, and they make them look bigger. But let's see what the description says. It says 2 items, including a Veracruz style deity head. So these are deities at that being depicted as so-called Negroes. Hatcher made from granitic rock, having open mouth, wide nose, and partially braided hair. And partially braided hair, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Including protrusions on a custom metal stand and lab analysis, together with an asymmetrical cylindrical cone shaped form. And this is from Huber Promotive Art. And I guess they're based in Dixon, Illinois. So, you know, so that's a dope piece right there, you know. And there's just no mistaking it with the braids and you know, and then partially unbraided part of the hair, you know, because we do that culturally still today, you know. Here's another little dope one here. I know this is a Mayan piece here, but you know, just look at the features, you know, look at the nose, the lips, like you could see, you just know what you're looking at, you know what I'm saying? And this is pretty dope because it looks like it's, you know, as far as the art direction, this is someone that's inside of the mouth of a serpent here. You know what I mean? So I know that's some sort of symbolism there, obviously.
That's the same thing when you see it in Mexico. I mean, Mexico City, they show the serpent eating the man, right?
Right.
But if you look at the car, right, the Alfa Romero. If
Right.
you look at the Alfa Romero car, the logo of it is a serpent eating a man. The same symbolism you find in Central America.
Oh, that's interesting. Because you know, and it's the Alfa Romeo dealer not far from me, but I never even paid attention to that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, if you look at it, it's a serpent eating a man. You know what I'm saying? The same shit you find in Mexico City, a serpent eating a man.
Oh, I just want to look that up real quick. Oh yeah. Okay.
Now, hold up. I don't know. Hold up. I gotta see if I can find it because I don't know where that picture could be at.
No, it's right there. You can see the person right here. And
I got the actual shit of it in Mexico. The same shit.
You mean the one in Mexico you're talking about? This is the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, that's the Alpha. Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm saying they got it from that. They got it from the serpent eating a man image that you find in Central America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit right there tells a story, and that's similar to what you get showed.
Word, exactly. Yeah, there's another. You can see, the snake's eye, and this is the mouth. This is the individual. So let's see. Let's just see what it says. So it's sold for $11.50, and it says a Mayan greenstone Celt human head wearing serpent head. So this has a detailed description. Looks like it was dated from 250 to 900 CE. So it has a beautiful dark greenstone Celt hand axe with an incise design of a human head wearing a serpent's head, or possibly being devoured by a serpent. The design is a glyph-like abstract, particularly in its use of lines to show the serpent's head. This may be a representation of a priest wearing a head meant to symbolize Kukulkan, the plumed serpent, or a feathered serpent, the snake deity who has many parallels in other Mesoamerican cultures. Was that?
No, you good. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I thought I heard something. My bad. So it says the cult of Kukulkan, they call it cult, was centered on the city of Chichen Itza. The name of Kukulkan also came to the name of a ruler or a priest who lived at that city around the 10th century CE. The figure depicted here is either a noble or a priest taking the power of the serpent god to give himself authority. this ceremonial weapon was made to further reinforce the power of this person and would have been carried during rituals and probably buried with its noble owner. The fact that it is made of such a deep green stone further indicates the nobility of its former owner. In ancient Mesoamerica, green stones were more valuable than gold. Okay, that's interesting. And this is the collection that it's coming from. Ex Adian Gallery, Chicago, Illinois. Right. So that's a pretty interesting read on that particular figure. All right, so let's move it along. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, this is a nice little dope one too. Because I mean, just look at it. You know what I'm saying? Is that you know, you can see the eyes, the lips. I mean, you know, there's really no mistaking what you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. And that view you can really see. You can really see the features, you know. And that's definitely not a mongoloid. Sorry. Yeah. You can definitely see the features here of what you would call a so-called Negro, you know. Let's see what else we got. Just a few different angles. This is another piece to accompany it. But let's see what it says. It says 2 pre-Columbian Mexican Veracruz ceramic pieces. It says sold for $50. Wow, that's a little low, but a pair of pre-Columbian Mesoamerican Mexican Veracruz hand-carved from volcanic stone ceremonial pieces. The pieces depict Remojadas style head fragments. Remojadas is another culture, you know, within Mexico. You don't really hear a whole lot about, but I do have a few pieces from the Remojadas culture for sure. But it says the rounded style and upturned face that distinguishes the Tarascans from their contemporaries, the Zapotecans and the Aztecs. Anthropologists and archaeologists have interpreted the upturned face as a means of expressing adoration, probably for a god. Veracruz, Mexico, 800 to 1200 AD. The Remojadas culture is considered part of the larger classic Veracruz culture. Pre-Columbian Mesoamerican ceramic figures, figurines, statues, heads, masks for collectors. So, all right. So let's see. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is another dope ceremonial hatcher. Again, we got a typical what you would call Negro features, nose, lips. You know what I mean? And let's just get a. So this is a crazy. This design is pretty intricate here. Not only just the shapes, but just whatever this headdress is. It almost looks like a large blade or something. You know what I mean? So that's pretty. That's a pretty dope art direction in its own right. And that's what I'm saying. Like again, like going from depictions that were made for us from others, and then looking at the actual art left behind. The art that's left behind is a lot more detailed and intricate. And we're really getting a visualization of the true culture and things that were actually happening here, you know, through the actual people, you know. So like I said, as we continue through this, it's gonna be apparent that their depictions of us in tobacco kilts and naked and stuff like that, our people didn't depict us in that manner. They did. So there clearly was an agenda with that. So it was just another angle. Right. And so this is part of the Gallery Mormont. And it just says Ceremonial Hatcher, Veracruz, Mexico, 450 to 750 AD. All right. Doesn't really have much of a description. So, but you can get enough detail just from visualizing it. So let's see what else we got. Oh, this is another one that's crazy, right? So this is another Veracruz hatchet, and just look at that. Just look at that, and so I mean, clearly these are Negro. This is a Negro depiction, or a depiction of a Negro figure, so called. And again, we have sort of the same thing where you can see the braids here clearly, and then you have the middle that's unbraided, sort of like the previous hatchet we saw, stone hatchet we saw. This is just another angle. I mean, I'm just saying, like you can't really mistake this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, see, you can get a better view of the braids there. The facial features. So it's like we could see the stuff that we're still doing today. We was doing thousands of years ago. You know what I mean? Look at this. So let's see what it says. Pre-Columbian Veracruz stone hatchet of Zipetoteca. All right. It looks like it was auctioned off for over $4,000 there. I think this is First Dibs. First Dibs has a lot of stuff too. And it says a stonehead from Mexico, expressively carved from volcanic rock, representing Zipetoteca, with mouth agape and eyes blinking like in a trance. He wears an elaborate headdress. There's an insertion, a tang extending behind. And this is the I'll say the gatekeepers that have control of this piece. Exhibited and published in the 1970s, Everson Museum of Art, Syracuse. All right.
That's something they just found, right? But let me show you something real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Yeah, let me go back over here. All right, cool.
Good. Just stay right there where you at. You good. I just wanted to show this real quick where Veracruz is actually at. Okay, let me go back out. I could pull up from right here. So I'm gonna show y'all something, right? So look, this is Veracruz right here, right? Veracruz is Mexico City, where Tenochtitlan was at, right? Mm-hmm. Where Montezuma was at, right? So let's go all the way back out. So this is Veracruz right here. But remember, all of this shit was Florida. Florida went all the way into all of this. From right here, Florida went all the way into this. Right here. But, you got it right here in this area, right? So look at some of the architecture that's in that area, right? Look at this. Hold up. Let me click on it. What the fuck?
Oh, damn.
Let me go back out. Hold up. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there you go. Look. This is ancient. This is our shit right here.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's ancient architecture, yeah.
That's ours right there. We did that, right? And then also, when you go into Veracruz, right, you also got these structures. Like all this is what they call so-called Moorish. These type of buildings. Let me see.
Those are the same style buildings. You see a lot of them over in what's now called Spain or Spain. You know what I mean?
Exactly, right? Like shit.
But
like
where did they originate from, and who went there and built them?
Like this one, for example, right? This is in Veracruz. Look,
Yeah, that's fire.
they turned it into a church.
Yeah.
And all that's ancient right there. Like, hold up, let me see. I
That's
will
a fact.
show one more.
And you're showing these structures, and then we're looking at the artifacts to match the people who was there. You know what I mean?
And it's the same thing you see in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
What's that same building? Hold on. This one right here.
Yes.
Gotta look. And that's in Veracruz, but that's also where Tiernichen land is at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And see
Where,
that, and this is my bad. Go ahead.
are you good? Go ahead. Try
No, I'm just saying that's why observation is so important. You know what I mean? Because like you were saying, like, you know, when you look at how they were portraying the people here, they want to give you a primitive sort of detail and description. But like I said, when you start to really analyze, like, you know, whether it's the ancient architecture and especially the depictions of the people that are left by the people, it tells a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? And that's because they want to throw you off the trail because, like you said, they done took all these ancient buildings, all these ancient structures, and turned them into municipality buildings and churches and whatever it might be, city halls and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I see.
All right, so right here. So this image right here. This is Tiernichen land. And you can see the buildings with them same towers, like that look like, let me see what the other one is.
Yeah.
Like this.
That's a fact.
Like this. You look at Tiernichen land, right?
You see right
see
there at the bottom.
Yeah, you see the same buildings all around the vicinity, all in the back. All these buildings are the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's another outlook of it right there from an aerial, probably from like a Zeppelin or like a space shit that we had. I know that shit sounds crazy, but that's the only way you're gonna be able to map anything out.
Hey, at this point, there's endless possibilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's endless possibilities because we're living in a reset anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make you think a lot of this technology was just created. No, they're just redistributing ancient technology, repackaged. You know what I'm saying?
It's a super remake.
My bad, what you say?
No, I said it's a Super Bowl. Your mic doing that again. Hold it up real quick. Let me come back in.
Not that again.
No, hold up. It's all good. Oh, yeah, your mic doing the same thing. AYK, you gonna learn on February the 10th, all right? I'm quite sure you could find yourself something better to do on a Saturday. You know, you should be playing the city. You can go out to go eat with your chick, with your woman, you take your kids and shit. Why the hell would you be over here listening to A1, man? Because I'm your teacher. And on February 10th, I'm going to be in another teaching moment. It's going to be another teaching moment. A rebuttal, but your rebuttals ain't going to help. Hold up. You know what?
Yo, can you hear me?
Jump back off the panel and come back in.
I will come back.
Now your shit is, your mic is yeah. YK, it's gonna be another teaching moment for you on February 10th. I promise you. You ain't gonna be able to rebuttal the shit I got. And if you do rebuttal it, you're gonna sound like a goddamn idiot, man. Only thing you could do is be like, you know what, A1, you right. You right. That's the only thing you could do at this point in time. Resistance is futile. You already know we've been here, man. The gig is up even for you, bro. And if you don't know it by now, Why the fuck will we continue to keep conversating with niggas who ain't understand? We know we not crazy. We looking at y'all like y'all crazy. But then on another note, y'all looking at us like we're crazy. So at some point in time, you gotta say, you know what? I'm washing my hands with these dudes. You know, I'm debating them. So you can run back on your panel with why, not a coincidence and shit, and say y'all claim y'all won. Even after you went on record, you gonna go on record saying you lost again. So definitely, man. You know, and I'm not friends with none of you dudes, because you dudes is contaminated, man. And you dudes is gonna go around the world pushing this we were slaves and we came over here. Some white man snatched you up and so, man, listen, do you know how inferior that conversation is, man, in 2024? After all the research that's out here, man, you still believe that. But nonetheless, though, let's get back into it, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, you ain't got to you ain't got to address none of this. I already done seen behind the scenes.
No, I wanted to just throw
YK
for the hell of
gonna die. He's gonna die on February 10th. I done seen it by myself, so you know what I mean. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So there's no point in even addressing.
Anybody who in the campaign that it wasn't more than America, they gonna be edified too. If they present. So, you know.
Yes, sir. It's not gonna be pretty. Just put it that way. So but yeah, so just another quick Veracruz stone hatcher. You know, again, we got it, I don't know if this is hair, like if he was maybe balding or something like that, but you could clearly see the lips here and everything, and you got circular shaped eyes, not so-called chinky eyes, but you know, I in fact, I'm sure plenty of people have probably seen this artifact before because I've seen it before. But this is just showing you, you know, who's the gatekeeper of it. You know what I mean? This is the back of it, and this is from Heritage Auctions. It says Veracruz stone hatchet with surface erosion, otherwise excellent condition. Doesn't really have much of a description, but just telling you though it's from Veracruz, not from Africa or nothing like that, you know. So that's another.
And you see
joint.
why, like that, but that only go to show you, right? Even in Mexico City, where Veracruz is, can you hear me? Cause you,
yeah.
Can you hear me, John?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Even the Veracruz, because you got Unexpected Faces in America by Alexander I forgot his name, but his first name Alexander, right? He got a book called Unexpected Faces in America, right? And he got pretty much, he got some of them same images, right? And like that's in Veracruz, as we just seen, is located in what's now near Mexico City. So it would make sense, because even when you go into Mexico, they say that the most so-called black Mexicans is in Mexico City today. Today.
See, that's cross-referencing. You know what I mean? That is cross-referencing right there. You know what I'm saying? So my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. You hear me?
Good. It all makes sense when you check it out. Yeah, I can hear you. It all makes sense when you check it out. Why you keep saying all these images is very cool. You know what I'm saying? You know,
exactly.
What I just showed y'all is a floating island. I mean, it's a floating island. That's a man-made float. Tia Newfoundland is a man-made floating fucking island, man, with fucking bridges and roads that go over water. You understand? And what they did was, I don't know what they did. I don't know what type of fucking structures they then put over it, but I seen it today and it's not the same. So They even filled it in with water, and then filled like they filled it in with sand. But it was a fucking floating. It was pyramids was on top of the water, man. Like we built structures to connect it to the other land masses in around it, surrounding it. So when you look at it, and he's showing you images in Veracruz, where they also say, like I said, the largest population of Black Mexicans is in Mexico City.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. We're just putting faces to the civilization. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that it matches with a lot of the people that's there today. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you cross reference to get the point across. You know what I'm saying? Like these had to be the people. You know? Yeah. So that's a fact for sure. So here we got another figure here. And I mean, we could just look at that. Just look at the phenotype, everything, you know. And this is actually, I think this might be a fertility goddess, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. This is another one from the Gallery Mormont, and it says standing goddess, and it says Chupiquaro, Guanajuato, Michoacan, Mexico. And this is actually dated 400 to 200 BC. Yeah. So it says standing goddess with the hands placed on the hips. The short arms are tubular and apart from the body, forming an arc. The fingers of the hands and the feet are engraved. Let's see. The whole body is treated with fluidity and plays on the hips, curves, and the belly's roundness. The navel is grooved. The head pushed into the shoulders is treated with the same smoothness. The mouth slightly open. Let the teeth show. The almond-shaped eyes are painted in black, and the eyelids have been engraved. So, I don't know. Do Native Americans have almond-shaped eyes? I don't know. The receding forehead is ornamented with the pedimented headdress, which is engraved and painted with chevrons in beige and black crenellated motifs. The finery of the goddess is completed by circular earrings. Let's see, circular earrings and rich black and beige body paintings, which resume the so-called sharp of diamond motif. These paintings frame the eyes and the mouth and form a cross on the chest, whereas wide beige bands underline the top of the legs. This is this is a pretty detailed description here. The goddesses are characteristic of the Chupiquaro culture, which developed in the northern center of Mexico between 600 BC and 200 AD. We always find the same symbolic colors: red of life and essential fire, black evoking the nourishing earth, and beige for the crenellated motifs, which represent flashes of lightning that heralds rain. The quality of this sculpture lies in the harmony of the proportions and the game on the concave and convex volumes. Let's see. The artist has created a sinuous silhouette full of movements. The almost topographic treatment of the body may be related to the symbolism of the piece, which personifies the fertility of the earth and the renewal. However, the goddess we present differs from the other known sculptures by the presence of that impressive headdress. The cross motif drawn on the headdress and on the bust evokes the four cardinal points, the axis between the center of the world, the perfect balance. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty dope, detailed description there. But yeah, so basically it's a fertility goddess. And these are the cultures supposedly that this particular piece belongs to. And again, this is back in so-called BC times, you know. So this is what the people left behind to describe themselves and depict themselves. And this just doesn't personify a modern day, the modern day people that they're calling Mayans, Aztecs, etc. You know what I mean? So moving on, here's another Veracruz hacha, and we can already see the features here. You know what I mean? The lips, everything about it. You know, it just doesn't it doesn't scream mongoloid to me. You know, so let's just get a few more angles, as you can see there. This is from another auction site, Master Art. And you can see it's dated 450 to 750 AD. And this is actually from the Gallery Mormeau. I guess they're selling this piece through masterart.com. Just like the last piece we saw was, but that was directly from their website. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, here's actually, so it does have a description. It says this singular work is ceremonial act shaped like a human head from the Veracruz region in the center of the Gulf Coast. This type of sculpture was used in ball playing tournaments, a ritual sport practiced throughout Mesoamerica. With considerable political, social, and religious implications, they are associated with two other ritual objects known as the yoki and the palm. And remember that I showed you the yoki before. This piece right here is a yoki, if you can see it. According to American archaeologist Tatiana, I'm not even about to pronounce that last name, Proskoriakov, who has studied at length the complex of ceremonial sculptures related to the ball game. The head-shaped axis could be anterior to the flat axis that gave these objects their name, hacha. The name given by the Spaniards, unrelated to their function, but derived from their thin and beveled form. So that's pretty much it for that piece. Let me, hopefully it takes me back to where I was at. Yes, okay, good. All right, so this is another dope one right here. Let's just take a look. Now notice they, you know, and you'll see a lot with a lot of these depictions where will darken, or they'll use a material or some sort of paint or whatever it might be to darken the features. You know, like you could kind of see it on the arms, maybe it rubbed off, but they made sure to darken the face though. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you can just look at the face and you see it's wearing some sort of helmet. He's got a nice, you know, attire on, and I believe this is a mirror. I believe this is a mirror that he's holding. The figure is holding. You know what I mean? So again, this kind of goes against the whole, you know, running around naked with bows and arrows and stuff all over the place. You know what I mean? So, but just look at the figure, the facial features, etc. You know? Yeah, it's a dope piece. Another view.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what got me into this. This is what got me really understanding who my people was. You understand what I'm saying? By seeing the images. Like, yeah, but until you really understand people who look like you was already in America, that's what you have to understand first. Because if you don't understand that, then you're going to be coming from the Native American perspective. So this is what got me. So, you know, it like got a football helmet on too.
Right. It's definitely some sort of bucket helmet. So and to that point, you know what I'm saying? Because I think we all got into, and this is why I do what I do, because that was really my introduction into it. Other than because like I explained before, I really got into it because I stumbled upon the website Real History Worldwide, right? And what that site did for me, it got me to see and understand there were Aborigines on every landmass, melanated Aborigines on every landmass, whether or not they use the out of Africa theory, etc. It gave me the understanding that there were because you didn't even know none of these Aborigines existed. Like I didn't know none of these Aborigines
Real
existed.
history, and look, he got the real, and look, on realhistory.org, I mean, they took the site down. I don't know, it's on suspension or something.
Yeah,
I
I've seen that. I've seen that, yeah. But they've been messing with him
all
for
that
years.
Shit, all the shit in Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
They first started banning him in Europe. I remember he would like post little messages or whatever. But I guess they finally was able to because there's actually forums where people is talking against real history. There's a bunch of Caucasians and they're calling them a black supremacist. That's just deflection, because you can't call someone a black supremacist who's showing you these people exist. These Aborigines on every landmass exist. Period. You can't call that black supremacy like that. You're just deflecting and running away from the facts. And the thing is, you have to also take into account they have hid these people. Now a lot of people know about them, but the whole purpose is they hid all these Aborigines and all these islands and etc. to push this Negroes in America being from Africa. And then and with that, they have you thinking that melanated or so-called black people only come from Africa at that point. But then that's what I'm saying. Once you see that all these Aborigines all over the world, then you obviously know at that point, no, there was melanated people all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go more towards the multi-regional theory, if anything. You know what I mean? People sprung from the soil where they was at, because you can't have two people that populate the entire planet. It can't happen. It just doesn't really. But
it could also be. Look. Remember what we was talking about. This is another perspective, right? That America is the oldest continent. So when other lands started to exceed, that's the reason why you see evidence of the Americas there, because we actually went there, and then whatever we went there, whatever their history, like let's say in Hindustan, right? We know the original people, the Tamil people, was niggas with nappy hair. I've seen an Indian who looked just like a black, and I didn't even know he was an Indian.
Right. No, that's a fact.
Real talk. And an Indian woman that look just like a fucking what we call the African, but their features is a little bit. It's not as deeply rooted as African features is. But
right.
We see a lot of this stuff become like after a point in time when it's left alone. Okay, you give a person a script, and they talking the same script. You can line it up with things that's consistent in the languages, right? But what they did was, because they kind of like altered it. So even when you see a lot of these languages that you see connect, they alter it. Like how we got slang in different areas in the north. People got different slang in the mid, like I can say like in Virginia, people in Virginia got different slang. Maryland, they got different slang. Well, Maryland, Virginia, normally they got the same little slang. But North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, all them places, we all got different slang or a different type of way we communicate.
Right. I mean,
that if you wasn't from around there, you wouldn't know it. Mm-hmm.
Right. I was gonna say, just to go along with that. My bad. I was gonna say, just in New York alone, you got different slang. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. My bad. Go ahead.
But I didn't want to mention New York because everybody, I wanted to just give an example, like all around, because I hear slang from every different place is different. Like you think the South got the same slang? No, somebody in Georgia might not be saying the same thing somebody in Texas or Mississippi or Louisiana saying.
Not at all.
Like a way we refer to something, you know what I'm saying? Like we got different ways we refer to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like fighting, how do you want to say jargon, or you know what I'm saying? Like we got different wordplay everywhere. Everywhere they have different sayings or whatever, and they might have these little monikers, or not moniker, but what they call them shit. Oh my god, like little phrase, you know how white little phrases or little analogies and shit.
Right.
Like to where they be saying certain things, like, you know, you go in the South, a lot of old black, like our ancestors and shit, they always got some type of analogy. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of knowledge, some shit you got to think about. Like, what the fuck you?
I'm not gonna lie.
What I'm saying, like real talk. You know? Go ahead.
Right. No, my bad. Maybe it's a delay or something. My bad. I was gonna say I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a little bit late because I just found out about. I just found out about dressing, that they call stuffing dressing. I didn't know that at all. That's something I just found out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I guess I'm a little detached from my southern roots. You know what I mean? You know, being here in Long Island, you know. But that one was like, because I don't even understand that. Like, why would you call it dressing? I don't really see how that correlates, but maybe it's just me. Stuffing makes sense because usually you stuff in a not that I partake of the bird, but but usually you're stuff you know, you'd be stuffing a bird with the stuffing, so it makes sense to me. But that's a different one. But it's exactly to your point. There's different sayings.
They said it more like they dressing it. They said, look, yeah, I don't know. Do I got a delay or do you got a delay? I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me go back. Let me go out and come back in.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So, and the crazy thing about that though, as far as, you know, them kind of hiding all these Aborigines, when you observe let's say the people of Fiji, the people in Fiji look exactly like American Negroes, like exactly in phenotype. But see, the pseudo narrative is that
and they're not saying they're Africans.
What's that?
They're not saying that they came from Africa, bro. Like,
no.
And even Africans deny that they came. I know you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that. I'm just saying even Africans would deny that they're African. Then they got different DNA and all this other shit or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I'm saying
we know what.
No, my bad. No, I'm just saying.
I think you do got a delay. Oh, I think you do got a delay. Once you jump back off again and come back on.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, give me 1 second.
All right, while we wait for the brother to come back on, peace to the guys, man. Hit that like button, man. Share the build out. Shout out to everybody in the chat room as well. All right, he's back up in here. Let me see. Back in. You.
Yes.
Hold up. Let me remove this shit.
I think this is I just switched back to Optimum. I feel like Optimum is like but I probably also should be on Ethernet too, but whatever.
No, I'll never be on the Ethernet.
Oh, you're on the Wi-Fi. Well, I mean, you wouldn't have the connection. You know, I wouldn't have the connectivity issues if I was on Ethernet. You know what I mean?
Nah, you good. I mean, you sound good. Nah, it be like that sometimes, man, with the StreamYard.
Yeah,
like
but
depending on the area you be in.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but the problem with Optimum is that it's a shared network, so it depends on the amount of traffic. You know, how many people are on the on the internet. It could kind of give you a slower signal. You know, that's why I prefer Verizon, but whatever. At these days, you go with whatever's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? but yeah. So my point though with the people of Fiji, like I said, you could pull them up and they look exactly like us here in America, but the pseudo narrative is that we look the way we do because we were all raped by the white man. You know what I mean? But how do these people look exactly like us? One, they weren't all raped by the white man. Two, they weren't brought there on slave ships. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when that's why they don't want you to know that these Aborigines exist. Most people do not know about the Aborigines on the Oceanic, because once you do realize that, then you start to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and that's how it worked out for me. Once you observe that and come to that understanding, it's like, oh yeah, well, there's Negroes everywhere, then we got to be the Negroes of America, right? So-called Negroes. It's the only thing that makes sense. So that's just the way I see it, But yeah. So you want me to get back into the? I guess I was still showing this piece here.
Yeah, we're gonna. Hey, look, if it's okay, because I'm about to I'm gonna slide in probably about like another hour. I gotta slide out with my peoples. Well, we can rock out for about another 30 minutes. That's cool with you?
Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly, I still got a lot more to show, but yeah. No, whatever you got to do.
So I mean, we can. I mean, if you free tomorrow, we can do the part 5 tomorrow. If
no doubt. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we should be able to maybe because I do got a little something to do, but
yeah,
probably I'll probably be on the same schedule as I was today, so we could probably.
Well, whatever. Just hit me and let me know. I mean, whenever we could be definitely. We going to definitely do it.
Yeah, no, we probably could do the same time tomorrow. I'll give you a definite though, but so let's see. Let's just get back into this real quick. Honestly, I'm really kind of still getting started a little bit, but so you see, Veracruz shaman. So they're calling us a shaman, a medicine man. So it's dated 200 to 500 AD, right? Gallery Mermot. They seem to have a knack for, holding on to a lot of these figures. Oh, and this is a part of the Remojadas culture. So let's see. They have a description. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So it says this figure made of a beige clay of excellent quality is a very good example of the sculptures produced in Veracruz in the classical period by potters as skilled as they were diligent, capable of capturing and rendering human expressions through portraits of great truth. Their talent is undeniably evident in the finesse of this work, its realism, its remarkable size, and its perfect state of preservation. The effigies that these craftsmen have left us very varied in their identity, their attire, and their postures, offer a faithful picture of daily life in Mesoamerica in the first century of our era, mainly representing members of the elite, priests, warriors, shamans. They display a quantity of ornaments and accessories modeled by hand and added to the body using the pastelage technique. Generally speaking, the style is naturalistic, the proportions are beautiful, and the face is expressive. The gestures are frozen without detracting from the liveliness of these works, which the artist and art historian Miguel Cabarrubias describes as powerful and expressive with an unprecedented charm. And is that it? All right. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh no, I did that, didn't I? All right, hold on, let me go back. Please keep me at the right spot. So just to get another quick look at that, but yeah, that's a pretty dope piece right there. I knew it. All right. Oh, let me get back to my spot. No. Hold on. Oh, here we go. All right. So we got that. Okay, here we go. So here we go. Here's another good one here. And anyone who's familiar with artifacts, you already know off the bat, this is a Moshe piece from Peru. And I mean, just look at it, clearly depicted a dark copper tone with so-called Negro features, There's no real denying that. You see, here's a front view, a close up, a pretty immaculate piece. And I believe these are called are these stirrup cups? This is the back of the helmet here. Detail, you see a serpent. You can see actually a few serpents here. So the serpent obviously was a prevalent symbolism here throughout the Americas. And this is also Gallery Mermot. And it says, Mochica Huaco Retrato. And it's dated 100 to 700 AD. All right. And this is Mochica is another name for Moshe. And you see it, like I said, Peru. And it says it's a hollow terracotta with the red and cream color and gold, rather. Does that have a description? Yeah, here we go. So this remarkable vase is the work of the Moshe culture, also known as Mochica, a brilliant civilization that developed between 100 and 700 AD in the desert valleys of northern Peru. It belongs to the corpus of Huaco Retrato, in other words, portrait vases, true symbols of the Moshe ceremonial ceramic art, presenting a sculptural quality and an exceptional realism. All right, so that's all I'm gonna read for this one because I know A1's got to wrap it up. So you just get to a couple more.
Nah, go ahead. Hey, look, we're gonna rock out to like 2:30 or like 2:45, but go ahead. I ain't gonna interrupt.
2:30. It's after 4:00, right?
No. I mean 2 hours and 30 minutes on
a. Okay.
We've been rocking out for 2 hours already, so like another 45 minutes would be good.
All right, no doubt. All right, well, let's just go to the next one anyway. Look at this one here. This is another Veracruz stone hatcher, and I mean, come on, like let's be real. If you're looking at this and you can't see what I'm seeing, I don't know what to tell you, because that is not Native American. That is a Negro. I mean, all of the features are there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's art, so it's a little abstract. You kind of got a big dome on them. You know what I mean? But you could clearly see the features, especially look at this angle. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we even doing here? You know what I'm saying? So if YK or whoever is still in there, you tell me what this is. Any naysayers, you're telling me this isn't a Negro? If they would have pulled this out of Africa, you wouldn't have blinked. You know what I'm saying? If they would have pulled this out of Nigeria or wherever over there, like, come on, bro. Like, we got to stop playing these games. You know what I mean? And this one actually I know goes for a pretty penny. Just a few more angles. There's another auction website, and you can see the price tag on this one, $22K. Veracruz Stone Hatcher. And it's obviously from Mexico, dated 550 to 950 AD. And it just says a true, unquestionable masterpiece. Well, that it is. With an important provenance, traces of cinnabar are still evident. So I think that's, So that one just had a small description, but I mean, there's nothing really needs to be said. Look at it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's another dope one. Let's take a look at this. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, you can see that it's depicted. You know, they a lot of times they'll use certain materials or paint, whatever it may be, to show you that this is the color of the people they're depicting. You know, because you can see the difference between the color of the individual and then the head ornaments or the headdress that he's wearing. You know,
Where is that from?
This is a Colima figure. I believe this is a shaman. This is also Mexico, from the Colima culture. But I'll get to the sources in a second. But just take that in right there. This is a full shot in the seated position. You could say Indian style if you want. You know, and it's just undeniable. You know what I'm saying? Little side view. Look at this. Look at the features. And a lot of times from the side view, you can really see the features. You know. There's a back view, another side view. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you give me every view in this one. Okay. So look. So yeah, important Colima shaman's figure. Another hefty price tag, 13.5K. Mexico, 300 BC to 300 AD. And let's see. What does it say at the bottom? It says an exceptional, intact, two-color ceramic shaman figure with a scalloped collar. These sculptures are also known as admiral figures, and this example is the best of the best. Is the best of the best. All right. So again, not a very detailed description, but again, it's nothing really that needs to be said. Just observe, you know. Let's see. I believe this is another Colima figure. Yep. Because typically with Colima figures, a lot of them are depicted with the hunchback, like you see here. So let's just get a better look at this. And again, just look at the features, you know. And you'll see again, they usually the type of material they use is usually some sort of brown color. You know what I mean? And that to me is to convey, you know, what these people actually look like, you know. So this is another dope figure with an interesting headpiece on. Almost looks like the top of like a jar or something on the top. But yeah, this is pretty dope here. And honestly, look at the earlobes. It looks like, I don't know if y'all know what gauges are, but you know, I've gone to a few like you know, heavy metal shows, stuff like that, and they be wearing the gauges in their ears, you know. Of course, those gauges are not, that's something that's been being done for years, you know what I mean? But if you look, you can see kind of like a circular object in the ear to where it's almost like elongated, you know. Yeah, so it looks like gauges, you know. So that's pretty dope. Let's get another angle. See, there's the hunchback. I don't know if the Colima people, because I just showed you a Colima shaman, the one we just saw before, he didn't have a hunchback. But a lot of the other Colima, like in the past builds I did when I showed a few Colimas, and they all pretty much had hunchbacks. Even they'll depict animals with hunchbacks. So that might just be the abstract art style that they practice for a lot of their figures, you know. Or maybe there was one artist that was depicting or creating all of these pieces with the hunchback, you know, because obviously they were different artists with their own styles then. So just the back view, side view. Look at that. Look at that. You tell me you ain't seen the one in your family who looks like this? For real? Here's a close up. All right. So yeah. Another decently hefty price tag, 8,500. But it says it's a Colima hunchback vessel from West Mexico. Comala style. and it says it's dated from 100 BC to 250 AD. All right. And this is the holder of the piece, Earl Stendhal, located in Los Angeles, right? And it says a true masterpiece of pre-Columbian art. A similar example is in the Art Institute of Chicago. This example is the best of the best. It's kind of saying the same thing, same website. It was truly wonderful abstraction, reducing human forms to a language of curving planes, edges, and convex and concave surfaces. All right. So let's see. Let's see what else we got. So that was a nice little depiction there. Now this is a Jalisco. This is another culture from Mexico. And we could just zoom in on that, And you also get to see how diverse, the phenotypes are in America. You know what I mean? Like, because they always say that Africa has a lot of diversity, but we also know that a lot of people have immigrated into Africa, and a lot of the tribes, that people think are from there actually come from other places. A lot of them from Asia, the Middle East, South Asia, etc. Even East Asia, So, but from viewing these artifacts, we can definitely get a view of all the different phenotypes, and it's the same way, amongst our own families. You got high yellow, red bone, light brown, medium brown, dark brown, all different types of phenotypes. So yeah, this is another pretty dope one. It kind of looks like he has a little bit of an elongated head here. I don't know if that's just abstract art or if that's actually the way the figure who's being depicted look. But as you can see, it says important Jalisco seated, actually is a female figure. Look at that. And going for $9,500. Mexico, 100 BC to 250 AD. And again, you're kind of giving the same, kind of cliche description from this website, but yet again, another stunning piece as they quote it. You know what I mean? Oh, and yeah, you can see the figure has breasts, so yeah, that is a female. Yeah, so here's another Jalisco figure, right? And just look at the features. You know what I mean? And again, this is like abstract art, so it looks like he kind of they depict him with claws and then a very round body and stubby legs, but still the head is still in the form of a human, and to me that's clearly Negro features. You know what I mean? Just a little closer look, right? And he, not to sound funny, but he might be on the slow bus a little bit. He looks like he could be because he got his little helmet. You know what I'm saying? And not to but he looks like he could be a little bit on the slow bus. Maybe he's a descendant, or some of these Pan Africans are some of the descendants of this individual here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nonetheless, though, shout out to nonetheless. Clearly Negro features. All right. And he kind of looks like he has somewhat of an elongated head as well, like the other Jalisco figure. And this figure is actually going for $900, right? Of course, it's from Mexico, circa 600, 900 AD. And it doesn't actually have a description. So you could just let your eyes, give you the description of these figures, So let's see. Oh yeah, so this is actually an Olmec piece here. This is another yoki or yugito, which is a belt decorative used for when playing ball games. And so this is just the face depicted on it. And again, you look at the lips, the nose, you know, you can clearly see what we call Negro features on this one. And there's just another angle, and you can see all the detailed. I couldn't even really tell you what all this stuff is back here. I feel like I see some sort of serpent or something, but a lot of these depictions, you see a lot of intricate geometric shapes and etc. You know, because that's our ancestors were very intricate people. You know, very advanced. Whether it be in art, whether it be in archaeology, in agriculture, whatever it might be, you know. So, just another like top angle, more geometric shapes, side angle, and you can really see the features there of this individual: the lips, the nose, the eyes. So it's a pretty dope. This one's pretty dope. Just another view. It's a full view of the piece. So let's see what they say about it. Important Olmec Yoki or Yugito fragment. So this is only a fragment of a larger piece, and this is another hefty price, 19.5. You know, and this is dated 10th to 4th century BC. So this one is pretty ancient. You know what I mean? And it says likely used as part of a ceremonial belt assemblage. The carvings on this example are superb, and that they are. So that's pretty much it for that piece. That piece is very that's an interesting piece right there. Wish you could have seen the rest of it, but you know, take what you can get. And now look at this one here. And again, so and this really lets you know, because you could see that this was probably used the artist probably used some sort of like tan clay to create this piece, but then made sure that they painted the face and the eyes to let you know what this person actually looked like. And if you know, I mean, if you can't figure it out, I'm not really sure what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like there's no mistaking this here. The lips, the eyes, etc. And they're letting you know that this is a dark complected individual, but they could have just left it all, you know, left the whole piece tan, the same color as the clay. But no, they had to let you know, no, this is the complexion of this person that's being depicted, and more than just the complexion, the phenotype. So I don't want to hear no, oh, that's a dark skinned Mongol, or no, this is a Negro, clearly. This is not a dark skinned native. And not to sound funny, because I know people be talking about the bone in the nose and stuff, but this kind of looks a little bit like not a bone in the nose, but something similar to that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but this one's crazy here. No denying it. You know, look at that. Like he's saying, like, yo, what up? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. So I don't know any of you naysayers. I don't know you're gonna get around this one. And you can't say, oh, these are European depictions, because they're not. They're by the people, you know. So it says important large head of a Remojadas warrior, which again, the Remojadas is another culture come out of Mexico, and it's going for $1,400 and dated 600-900 AD. And it says the sculptor of this piece created a particularly emotive visage with a wide-eyed expression and open mouth. The artist painted the face in jet black bitumen, perhaps to indicate realistic fate. See, here we go with the hijack, right? to indicate realistic face paint. For real? See, that's how they try to throw you off the trail, because again, that's one of the excuses they try to make. Oh, that's a native in black paint. But again, you can't. There's a difference between a native and black. Like I could tell a native in black paint looks like, right? A so-called native or Mongol or Mestizo or whatever you want to call them. But that depiction is clearly a Negro in phenotype. There's no getting around it. So you can't just say it's black paint to indicate realistic face paint. No. They were indicating the complexion of this individual. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because who would even paint their whole face like that anyway? And their ears, like they just painted all their entire everything black. Like, no, it doesn't make no sense. So, and that's why you got to take these sources with a grain of salt. Because how could you not think that that's a so-called Negro when you look at it? You know what I'm saying? So they got to say something to throw you off the trail, right? So let's see. Oh yeah. This one is dope here. This is a goddess. You know what I mean? This is a female. This is a Veracruz, another Veracruz hatcher. And just look at the features, the nose, the voluptuous lips, just like you see in our women today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's gorgeous right there, you know. And the artist could have been their wife or something. You never know. You know what I mean? He could have made this for her birthday or something. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, you know, we could clearly see what we're looking at here. This is really dope right here. Yeah, just another side view. You really get a good look at the lips, the nose, etc. That's an American goddess right there. You know what I'm saying? That's another little side view. The back, another side view. So it says Veracruz head $1,850 is going for, and it's out of Mexico, of course. This is Veracruz, dated 700 800 AD, and it does not have a description, but I think it's detailed enough. You know what I'm saying? Dope. This is another one. All right. Yeah, so this is another Veracruz head. Right? Just a little. Oh, no. I think they're going to put me back too. All right. Just a little close up. So this one, they didn't put any paint on the figure, but, you know, the features, and look at the hair. It looks like it has little dreadlocks. You know what I mean? Like that's really dope. There. I don't know what this piece is at the top here. Maybe it's a handle or something. I'm not sure, or it could be a some sort of headpiece, but it has some sort of circular earrings here and a necklace here. You know, the teeth. I don't. You know, the teeth almost look like they got braces on them or something, but I don't think that's the case. But it kind of looks like that. But look at the little dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen pieces before where they had braided hair. Now we got one with dreads, with little locks. You know, dreads is kind of derogatory. So little locks, yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're seeing the culture that we still practice, you know, in these figures that are dated, you know, thousands of years old. You know what I'm saying? And so this, yeah, like I said, another Veracruz head, $1,050 is the purchase price. And this is out of Mexico, of course, and dated 700, 800 AD. All right. You just get another look. That's a dope piece right there. See, they got me again. Hey, A1, you still there? You getting ready? You about to head out? We still on? Let me see. Oh yeah, he's probably getting ready then. Peace to the chat, by the way. Thank you for tuning in again. Just trying to present some of the our heritage. You know what I mean? And maybe this is a lot of stuff maybe some of us haven't seen. So I want to kind of put it out there because they see it, like I said, in the background because they're trading these pieces amongst an elite group who can afford $20,000 to pay for an artifact. You know what I'm saying? So so this needs to be put out to the people so we can just to further add to our repertoire of what we have to prove our lineage. You know what I mean? And that's throughout the entire Americas. Because I'm gonna get into probably tomorrow, possibly, or even on the part 6. I am gonna get into some North American artifacts. You know what I mean? For the mostly from the Mississippian culture, because it is a lot harder to find North American artifacts than it is to in Central and South America, especially Central America, because they definitely the artifacts in North America are a lot more gate kept than in other places. So let's see. So this is a dope one. It's definitely a dope one right here. So this is a fertility figure, a Marinon fertility figure, and look at the features. I mean, there's no, we don't even gotta go there. And the dress is like look at this headdress. This is like this individual's on like a whole nother level. This is pretty dope. I don't even know what this looks like. Some sort of stone. Yeah, this could be a crown possibly, or I don't know, but it looks like it's a whole headpiece, even with a part for the neck. So it's pretty dope. But again, you can see the contrast in colors from the headpiece and the skin tone, and clearly they've made this individual, that whoever was the original artist, made sure that you knew that this person was a dark copper or brown color. You know what I'm saying? And you just look at the facial features and it tells you everything. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I did the pause button because, like I said, this is a fertility figure. So, yeah. So, so the parts was out. You know what I'm saying? The joint was out. So I had to kind of cover that up. But either way, yeah, this is just a full body shot of the figure, and it's just undeniable, bro. Yeah, there's another side view. Another view. All right. Oh, snap. All right, so yeah, so it says a Marinon fertility figure is actually sold, but this is dated back to 300 BC, right? Originally from a private collection in Honolulu, right? So it says cultural affinities with the Chorera. This example is truly outstanding. All right. So wait a minute. I'm pretty sure it doesn't say where it's from, but I think this is from somewhere in South America. Let me see. Ecuador. Yeah, right. So this piece is from Ecuador. All right. So this is a dope one. This is also from Ecuador, from the Montano culture. And look at that. Look at that. Honestly, and I forget, somebody definitely pointed out, but this looks like an Egyptian headdress here, what you would call an Egyptian headdress, similar to what you would see on Nefertiti or any of those King Tut, etc. You know what I mean? And he's got, a bull ring, some sort of circular earrings here, but it's pretty interesting that he would have this sort of headdress on, but this is not from Egypt or the modern day Egypt. This is from Ecuador. You know what I'm saying? And the pieces basically stay on the pedestal in like a set position. And I mean, it's this piece is pretty breathtaking here, you know, because it's interesting. I'm going to show a piece later on from the same place, and the individual, what he's wearing, you're going to be like, wow, that looks like Islamic, what you would call Islamic wear. You know what I'm saying? But this is in America. So is America the progenitor of these cultures? Is the question. Yeah, so this is another side view, right? Back view. All right. So it says pedestal figure of a chief cacique. Cacique is Spanish for Indian chief, right? And again, we got a pretty hefty price on this one, 15.5K, right? And like I said, it's from Montano, Ecuador, 900 to 1400 AD, right? And says it's from a private collection in New Mexico, but unfortunately, it has no description, but it's detailed enough. You know what I'm saying? That joint is fire there. All right. I don't know where A1 went. He's still here. All right. So let's see what else we got. So we got another piece here, and just look at the features. You know, that is. I mean, it's a little abstract. The eyes are kind of like indented, so to speak. But when you look at the features, the nose, the lips, that's a Negro. You all have seen someone who looks like this, you know. So yeah, this piece is fire right here. Yeah, another side view. It's clearly that's a Negro. It's not even up for debate, you know. It's another view. All right, so let's see what we got. So this is another Veracruz stone hatcher. It says it's Mesoamerica post-classic, circa 700 to 900 AD. It says a human head with fleshy facial features, sharply contrasting the deeply carved eye sockets. Perhaps once inlaid with shell or stone, it wears a headband with a thick, notched object tied at the front. The whole very finely carved from a dense stone with a custom stand. And the price, or the bidding price, estimates from 6 to 8K. All right, and this is from Heritage Auctions. There's definitely got a lot of good stuff off of here. And like I said, it just shows you, like, you know, you don't even know this stuff exists, but these people are trading these pieces behind the scene like it's nothing, you know, for thousands of dollars. So let's see what we got here. So again, we can just look at the features, the lips, the fleshy cheekbones, as they say, the nose. Let's get another side view. And I don't care if you call it lookership, because at the end of the day, observation is the first step of the so-called scientific method, you know. And if someone can look at you and tell you you're African based off of how you look, then we can look at these figures and say that they're so-called Negroes based off of their phenotypes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a front-facing view, and just look at the features, you know. That's a back view. And let's see what the description says. So this is a Maya piece, Maya alabaster hatcha, right? It says Northern Maya circa 600 to 900 AD. And it's, of course, made of alabaster stone. And it says the flat-sided stone is notched on the back replacement to lean into an architectural mount, the top with high arching crest. The face shows puffed, deep cheekbones, bulging over oval eyes, the mouth with thick lips, lower lip loosely held and exposing a row of teeth above a rounded chin. Carved from a thick choice of translucent yellow and white alabaster, the surface exhibits pecked and polished traits as well as stone grinding techniques. Such hatches are considered to have been trophies awarded during the ball game ceremonies, and alabaster objects are often considered to have originally been highly painted with gesso decoration, which rarely survives. An attractive and scarcely seen size example. All right. So there we go with that. Just another look. All right. Oh, see, I don't even know if I want to get into this one yet. Well, all right, yeah. Let's give a So let's look at this one. So this piece is actually in the British Museum, right? And so I had to get my little Safa Karu on, because this is really his lane. And shout out to him because he gave the post some love as well. You know what I mean? So this is a Mayan piece right here, a Mayan artifact. And clearly, if upon observation, you can see a lot of different characters who have designs that look, I would have to say, at the least a little bit similar to this particular artifact here. Let's get a full view of it, right? So you can clearly see the Magneto mask, the Boba Fett mask, definitely takes on the look of this particular figure. And when you do enough observing of these artifacts, you know that these people, and you know that there's obviously, limited access to these figures. So only certain people are able to view them. But once they get released to the public and you get a chance to see them, you will basically be able to observe and put it together that a lot of these people that you think are having original ideas, no, they're observing ancient artifacts and coming up with their characters for their comic books, their movies, their TV shows, their video games, their animes, everything, So you can't tell me that this particular piece that has not inspired a lot of things that you've seen in cinema and in these comic book strips and etc. You know what I mean? It's not even up for debate. And the thing about it too is this figure was acquired by the British Museum before the creation of Star Wars and X-Men. I believe X-Men was created in the 1960s. I think it was 1963 to be exact. And Star Wars was created in the 1980s, right? So we'll see what they date or when the British Museum acquired this particular figure. But it says this is a visored head of a figurine made of pottery, late classic Maya. All right. And it says excavated by the British Museum. And I guess the particular individual is Thomas Athol Joyce, and the field collection by Sir John Eric Sidney Thompson. Find spot was in Lorbanton, America, Central America, Belize. So this is found in Belize, and it's made of pottery. All right. Oh, actually, I didn't. I guess I didn't. Did I not get with it? But if I had the actual link up, you'd be able to see this actual piece. I believe was collected, or did it say the year there? I think it was in the 1920s, if I'm not mistaken, something like that, 1930s. So the British Museum definitely had access to this piece. Definitely a few decades before Marvel, um, created X-Men, or Stan Lee created X-Men, and what's the name? Lucas created Star Wars. So, again, according to my observation, it's clear as day. You can clearly see it, even with the red tint to it. It looks pretty much just like the Magneto helmet. So they get their ideas, and they done stole everything. Let's just put it that way. They done stole everything. All right, so let's see. So this is a early Maya pre-classic mask. Yeah, this is a little dope piece, but again, you can look at the features, and I can see what it's showing, what it's representing or describing. You know what I mean? As far as phenotype goes. And again, you'll see a lot of things like these masks, and I'm pretty sure I showed a Maya mask before, where you could see again the inspiration for movies like The Mask, the Jim Carrey movie. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is from Heritage Auctions, and this is early Maya pre-classic stone mask pendant. It says from the southern lowlands and dated 300 BC to 300 AD. And it says the stone image is carved in a deep brown rock, drilled ground and polished with a deity face. The deity has bulging round eyes with drilled pupils, recessed sockets, a flat long nose, recessed mouth area, and a contouring of the forehead that blends with the cheeks, and the ears bending over the sides. The pendant has a slight arch to the back. As an interesting characteristic, the carver has created biconical drillings to create hollow cavities for the pupils and a small pierced mouth. The effort and time-consuming labor required for a seemingly small detail to the front would indicate there was a more ceremonial reason for the wide, deep holes on the rear and only small opening at the front. The mask surface has a strong ancient polish and patina, with some large ancient fractures to the rear, ancient loss to the lower lip, and retains the original ancient red pigments within the drillings and crevices. All right. So just another look at that one. All right. So let's see. So this is another piece here. I believe this is also a Mayan piece. And when have you ever heard of a Maya looking like this? You know what I mean? Like you go to Google right now and you type in Mayans, and they're gonna show you some mongoloid people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them that looks like the same people that that are immigrating here today. Um, and nothing about the modern day Mayans says anything remotely close as far as phenotypes of this figure here. You know, this actually looks kind of like my brother. To be honest with you. And you see it's holding a vase. I'm not sure if it looks like some sort of earrings, or if that's just like elongated ears from abstract art. But come on, man, look at that. And again, it's one thing to show depictions from others, you know what I mean? But when we can go back and pull up actual artifacts from the people here, you know, because we've seen the Bonaparte murals, stuff like that. And definitely there have been some people that show artifacts, you know what I mean? But you know, when you really dive in depth with it, you know what I mean? Um, I mean, artifacts is definitely pertinent proof to you know us proving our lineage, and at the very least that there were so-called Negroes in the Americas in ancient times. You know what I mean? There's another. So it looks like this is some sort of like a vase or some sort of something to hold a container to hold um you know some sort of precious items. So the head actually detached. The head it looks like is a top, and the body is the actual container. So just look at that. Um, so let's see what the description says. A pre-classic Maya two-piece figural vessel. And oh, so unfortunately it doesn't have a it does not have a description, but I mean we got eyes though. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty clear what we're looking at. This is another little cute vessel or whatever here. And again, it's abstract, but obviously, um, you know, the features are exaggerated. But I've you know you've even seen cartoon characters nowadays, or even some of those caricatures, like the racial caricatures of so-called Negroes, where they exaggerate the lips like this. You know what I mean, etc. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you can observe this piece and know that the phenotype that they're depicting would have to be a so-called Negro. You know, nothing about this says anything about a Native American or a Mongoloid phenotype, so to speak. All right. So let's just get another side view. You can see again the exaggerated lips. All right, and it says a plume bait vessel, the old fire god. This is Maya, dated 850 to 950 AD, right? And it says the old fire god was a favorite subject for plume bait wear, probably because of the extraordinary heat required to produce the glassy surface. Plume bait is the only true glazed ceramic in pre-Columbian America. It was fired in closed pits that were capable of achieving very high temperatures because they were the first vessels to reliably hold liquids for a length of time. Plume-based vessels were in high demand for trade. There is some restoration. All right. Let's get another little look at that. And again, as you can see, heritage auctions. So let's see what's next. All right. So we got another I believe this is another Maya piece here. And look at the features, you know. Just saying. Um yeah, and actually this looks a little it looks a little weathered a little bit, so it could be more of an ancient piece, a very ancient piece, but again, when we look at this figure, we know what we're seeing here. Um yeah. So let's see. We got another side view, right? And it looks like he's in like a crouch position. Maybe he's doing some sort of meditation or whatever it may be. Um, In fact, I believe he might be, because I think this is a shaman piece. So let's see. Let's see what the description says. So it says greens. No, not. Damn it. All right. It's going to kick me out again. So it says Greenstone Mayan shaman's idol. It says Highland Maya, circa 200 BC to 200 AD. It says the man sits leaning forward slightly, knees up, bent, with hands tightly gripping, while arms are slightly carved in relief at the sides. The serene face features a pre-classic early Maya image. Common to the Highland Maya, showing coffee bean shaped eyes. Now, have you ever heard of Mongoloids having coffee bean shaped eyes? I've never heard of that, honestly. A wide, flat nose, thick lips, framed within a layered Olmec style cap, with a strap running under the chin, the ears with large circular flares below. The idol is drilled through, separating the head from the chest, which would have served as a suspension hole, making a rather heavy pendant. Such an idol would have served traveling shamans as they went village to village, asking for food, in exchange, offering entertainment. This example, having various other imagery depending on how it is viewed, would have helped. From the front, one sees a seated man with head on his knees as the idol rests on its front. Various views give the effect of a large animal's head, with the man's cap serving as the beast's grinning open mouth. From the rear view, the figure becomes an entire effigy of a walking four-legged animal, possibly the jaguar. And as the idol lays on his back and viewing directly at the top of the man's head, the stone becomes a howler monkey skull with empty eye sockets. Another view is a vulture skull. A wonderful thing to share with people as one traverse the jungles. The stone has some ancient scrapes, well weathered, a modern gouge, and modern drilled hole on the underside for mounting it to a stand. Overall, the piece has an incredible patina, and details are all intact. All right. So like I said, they said you can clearly see the features: wide, flat nose and thick lips. You know. Here we go. All right, let me get back to my spot. I don't know where A1 went to. A1 just left the brother hanging. Nah, I know he's getting ready. All right, so this is right off the bat. You can see this one here. Look at that. Look at that. We don't even have to. I don't even have to read nothing. You can just look at that, and you already know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And so this is another Kalima figure, right? And very detailed. I'm pretty sure this one also has a hunchback, like some of the other previous figures I've shown from the Kalima culture. Now, I don't know if this is hair or if this is like a some sort of headpiece, but the features are just, we don't even need to talk about it. It also looks like this person is wearing gauges again, like before, like the previous figure. And it looks like the eyebrows are carved into the head. So that's a nice touch, but I mean, man, come on, bro. You can't deny that. Yeah, so here we go. Here's the hunchback. And clear what you would call Negro features. So it says a Kalima seated dwarf hunchback, West Mexico, circa 250 BC to 250 AD. Hollow burnished red and brown slip on earthenware. The muscular figure leans forward with hands to his knees, head thrust forward with a pugnacious expression on his face. The eyes are open, giving him a very lifelike appearance. His spinal deformity indicated by a large protrusion on his back. He wears, okay, so they're calling the spinal deformity, but it could just be abstract artwork, because obviously, like I said, it's seen in multiple times with the Kalima culture style. But it says he wears the small raised conch shell tip headgear worn by chieftains. Okay, so they're saying it's a headpiece, which suggests that late pre-classic West Coast cultures also regarded dwarves as special beings, as can be seen in later Mayan and Aztec art. In good condition, restoration on back and around neck visible in ultraviolet light, tip on headgear may be a later addition. All right. So this is from a private collection in New York, acquired in 1994, Ancient Art of the New World. And this is the price tag they estimated it would sell at. So, but just to have another look, like, come on, bro. As my brother A1 would say, the jig is up. Oh, boy. And look at this one. Let's zoom in on that. All right. Definitely a Native American. You know what I mean? But see, if this came out of the Congo or something, a lot of people wouldn't even bat an eye to it. You know what I'm saying? So clearly we can see that this is a so-called Negro. But let's see if where they say it comes from. All right. So this is just a full look. The figure seated, and again with the abstract art, you can see the extra long arms here. I doubt the person really had arms, like that, but that's just the abstract art style. I'm not sure what. It definitely has some sort of headpiece on, but the head has a kind of a funny shape too. But again, the abstract art. I don't know if this is a woman or male, so let's see what it says. But is another view, and again, not only does it have the facial features of a Negro, but again, they use materials to let you know this is the skin tone or the complexion of the individual being depicted. And again, we have a brown copper tone, just like any so-called Negro here in the Americas. Undeniable. So let's see. I wonder if this is actually hair. Could be hair. So let's see. It says an unusual Nayarit female figure. So there's a female figure. And the Nayarit is another culture out of Mexico. Yeah. So this says, I'm sorry, dated 250 BC to 250 AD. Says this figure seems to blend regions of West Mexico with Colima style facial features and Nayarit style body, limbs, and painted clothing. Hollow earthenware with burnished red-brown slit patterns on the skirt of short pants painted black over cream. In very good condition, no visible repairs or restorations, minor chips and abrasions, scattered black manganese deposits. Yeah. And this is from a private collection in Houston, Texas, acquired 1960. Oh, well, actually, it looks like it was acquired from that private collection by a private collection in Tucson, Arizona, and now they're selling it. And this is the estimated price. Yeah, so that's a pretty interesting piece and profound to say the least, because again, there's no mistaking the phenotype of the people that this piece is supposed to represent. Oh yeah, this is another dope one here. So let's zoom in on that. So this is actually a part. This is an instrument. This is a horn, I believe. Um, but it also has a like a human effigy depiction on it. And just look at that. This piece is pretty fire here. And they make sure to let you know that the figure is dark. Because they colored the eyes, everything else, but the figure is dark. So that's just the close up of the face depicted on it. And this is the full instrument here. Looks like it's made out of some sort of wood. All right. That's the back of it. And let's see. So yeah, it says trumpet with human head effigy, and this is another Moshe piece out of Peru. It says 100 to 600 AD, and like I said, wood with shell and greenstone inlay. So it says this ceremonial effigy trumpet made from a heavy coarse grain wood has a simplified low relief human head a short distance below the mouthpiece. The eyes are inlaid with shell and greenstone with tear bands descending the cheeks, inlaid in spondylus shell, terminating in white shell profile animal heads. Small greenstone circles serve as ear ornaments. An inlaid headband of mixed spondylus and white shell has a minute central, highly stylized mask formed of greenstone and shell. It's a greenstone rectangle carved with a low relief eye nose unit. There's an overall age patination to the wood, with minor cracking midway down and some small ancient surface loss. Two triangular inlays are missing from the headband. The braided mouth area shows evidence of having originally been inlaid. Right. So we get a good look because when we talk about the Bonaparte murals in Chiapas, Mexico, we've all seen the depiction of where they're playing the instruments, particularly they're playing horns. So I know this is Peru, and this is the Moshe, but I guess it just kind of goes to show, like, trumpets seem to be a revered instrument in the ancient times of Americas, and hey, we still play the trumpets today, right? And I don't know if trumpet playing is prevalent amongst Native Americans. I've never seen it. When you see these powwows, they literally just bang on one drum with a 4/4 beat pattern. That's it. I've never really seen any trumpet playing intricate, and definitely no intricate trumpet playing at that. But our people, we have some. We're the masters of brass and trumpet playing still to this day. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of can just match, the culture from then and now. We still practice the same things. So it's no real denying it. You know what I mean? All right. Hold on. Where is I don't know where A1 went. But let's see what else we got. So this I know this is another Moshe stirrup vessel, as you can see. I showed one before, kind of the same style. You know what I mean? And again, you could clearly look at the features, the tone this individual is depicted in. And I don't know about you, I can clearly see so-called Negro features, Yeah. Oh, okay, so that's the only picture. So let's just get another look again. Looks like he has some sort of hood piece with another I don't know, cap, might be a cap, some sort of cap on the head. But nonetheless, the features are prevalent and quite apparent, you know. So let's see what it says. Yeah, Moshe portrait head vessel, circa 100 to 700 AD, and it says it's slipped and painted ceramic. It says this powerful head is a fine example of Moshe portraiture. The Moshe were one of the few cultures that captured individualized features in the naturalistic style. This vessel depicts a man with a serious expression gazing forward. His face is painted with 3 vertical bands and further adorned with black markings. He wears a white textile headdress painted with red geometric patterns. The tip of his nose has been restored and possibly some restoration to the spout. All right. So let's see what else we got. So we got another Moshe piece. And there's really nothing to say. You know what I mean? Like what are you gonna say to describe and explain this away? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really get it. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be finding anything here that looks like this, according to the narrative, you know? So just you know, I don't know. I mean, so it look, you know, it actually looks like he's sleeping or in some sort of trance, the figure. And he's in an elaborate dress. And look at the earrings. The earrings are pretty dope. And it looks like he's either seated, maybe he's resting, or in some sort of a trance. But look at the features, though. Look at that. It looks like my brother, like straight up. I don't know what to tell people. You know, look at that. And you gonna tell me that's a mongoloid? Nah, I'm sorry. So it says a Moshe stirrup spout vessel of a sleeping figure, circa 400 700 AD. The head resting on his left shoulder, the face with expression of comfortable repose. He wears a conical hat, large ear spools, a spike ray collar, and long cloak over a short mantle, skillfully repaired from several parts, in painting over the break lines. All right. And also, I just want to show too, just as another form of observation, right? So we just to compare, right? So we got the same figure here in the middle. Now this is what you would call an Afro-Peruvian, right? And then this is what they're calling a Moshe or Inca descendant in modern day, right? So, you know, I don't know if it's just me, but why is it that the Afro-Peruvian shares the same phenotype of this Moshe figure? You know what I'm saying? But the people that call them the descendants today do not. They do not. So I don't know if it's just me, but I just thought that would be an interesting observation, you know. Just to put that out there. You know, you could see similar shaped nose, you know, mouth, skin tone, obviously. He got a little light on him, but if you didn't have light on him, he would basically have the same tone, maybe a little lighter. But this individual looks like nothing with this individual depicted here. So, yeah. So it's just interesting. But oh boy. So here we got another one. I think I'm gonna just do a couple more I'm gonna finish up these most safe figures, and then I guess we'll pick up later on because I kind of gotta see that on myself. I gotta see where A1 went, but so let's do this one here. So look at this, man. Like, come on, bro. Honestly, this figure looks a little like if Cedric the Entertainer like shaved, like it kind of would look just like Cedric to me. You know what I mean? Um, you know the dude that don't write his own jokes. You know, nah, but what you would call it? But like, come on, bro. Look at that. And he kind of looks like in the same state as the previous figure, in a trance or asleep in deep meditation, whatever the case may be. But this is not no mongoloid at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not even up for debate. This is the back view of the figure, another Moshe stirrup cup, that stirrup vessel. And let's see what it says. A Moshe figural stirrup vessel circa 100 to 800 AD. It says a figural vessel depicting a chief or shaman wearing a headdress and a hide jacket with large ears full ornaments. The figure appears to be in a trance state or sleeping with hands crossed over chest. All right. So just to get another, I think this is worthy of another look. You know what I'm saying? So you just soak that in. And for those who have an issue with it, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. We shouldn't be finding none of this stuff if Negros is not in America. Sorry. Y'all gotta let Zaddy go. Stop letting Zaddy dictate to you your heritage and culture. Think outside the box. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of people, you know, you've been around for years, seeing a lot of this stuff and proof and information, and still want to be in denial. So you either are stuck on slow, or you got to be a paid agent. That's what I'm under the assumption at this point. They don't make no sense. Look at this. Speaking of not making no sense, this don't make no sense, right? Look at that. Look at that. So this is another Moshe stirrup vessel. You can see the consistency with these figures. And like, come on, bro. I don't really even need to say anything. You know what I mean? Like you see it, you know. You just look at the features. And again, they make sure they use some sort of material, let you know the complexion of the individual being portrayed. You know, because if they were pale skinned, they could have easily painted them pale skinned. You know what I mean? And again, it goes beyond color because you have to also observe phenotype. So the black painted native explain away tactic does not work here because you still have to explain phenotype. Like, you know, when I deal with some of these people and some of these groups and stuff, they love to use those sort of talking points for the Bonaparte murals, for the codexes and stuff like that, especially for the Quetzalcoatl depiction in the Reminiscence Telleriano codex, where he's holding up the little mongoloid figure. Yeah, you can say that's a painted native, but you can clearly see the phenotype. There's a difference between a dark painted native and a depiction of a Negro in color and in phenotype. So, you know, those are just weak tactics. It's not going to work. This is a Negro. Period. So here's a back view. All right. It's kind of withered away, but we could still clearly see the features in the phenotype. So Moshe stirrup bottle with seated dignitary, circa 200 to 400 AD. So the fine rendered Moshe seated chief or dignitary with natural features, wearing ear ornaments with dongles, a tail headdress with a Tumi knife design, and seated wearing a cream painted tunic with red painted designs. He holds a small disc in the left hand, possibly a mirror or a small war shield. The image is crafted in a refined artistry with strong wear and a tall stirrup handle on the back side. All right. So that's what I'm saying. These auction sites got some good stuff. Honestly, I found a website called Vatican.com. And this Vatican.com literally was just a search engine for a bunch of ancient American artifacts. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I found some dope stuff in there as well. But so let's see. Here's another one. I think I got another one after this, and that's pretty much it for this one. And we'll pick up at another time going into some other artifacts. A lot of stuff I'm sure people haven't seen before. But again, this is another Moshe stirrup vessel. And just look at that, you know. And it looks like this individual is holding, looks like maybe a little baby deer or something. But it's holding the animal. And the figure is depicted as sort of somewhat heavy set, you know. And honestly, this headwear sort of looks like something you might have seen. You know, they might have showed in, like, you know, when you watch certain depictions from like Bible times or something like that. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty interesting. Like some sort of like Israelite headdress or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty dope. It is the front view. All right. And let's see. Early Moshe Grayware bottle of Hunter with a fawn. Sorry, give me 1 second. Yes, so it says early Moshe Grayware bottle of Hunter with a fawn. So that's a fawn it's holding. Circa 200 to 400 AD. It says the model bottle depicts a stern-faced hunter wearing a short head wrapping with ties under the chin, a tunic with tied belt across the waist, and carries a small fawn in his arms. The young deer appears to be alive with a wide open eye. Then the man holds the front legs tight together to prevent movement. The deer may serve as a sacrifice to gods. The man exhibits diagonal scarification lines on the face, and his widened eyes may indicate a trance-like state during ritual practice. All right. So they're basically saying that the deer or fawn may serve as a sacrifice unto the gods. It's a sort of ritualistic practice. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna get into this last one, and then we'll start again from there. But look at this. All right, yeah, my bad. Yeah, so look at this. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. Hold on, my bad. Give me 1 second. Just texting A1. All right. So look at this figure. Another Moshe, of course. And again, it's pretty much self-explanatory here what we're looking at. Nothing about this figure will tell you that this is a modern day mongoloid. It just doesn't. And it's just very descriptive and detailed. And probably one of the cleanest and dopest figures that I've seen as far as ancient artifacts go. It could have some restoration, but yeah, man, there's just no. Look at that. Just look at that. And if anyone has any gripes with it, you got to take it up with the ancestors. You know what I mean? This is what they left behind. You know what I mean? You could say what you want about the tobacco figures and all that type of stuff. Oh, those are just drawings. Those are just cartoons. But then I show you the sources for them, and they're telling you they're Indians. You know, either way you put it, but now we're showing you artifacts. So how are you going to deny this? And you know, slowly but surely, and not slowly, fast, those talking points are being chipped away. You know what I mean? Like you know, you got to be in complete denial to deny the so-called Negro presence in America, which is the very least of the claim is there was a Negro presence. But no, we know we're the Aborigines here for sure. So let me just read this last one here, and we'll start again, possibly tomorrow. I think we'll do tomorrow again, and get into some more artifacts and museums that are in the specifically the British Museum. You know, get into some more artifacts. A lot of Maya stuff, some Aztec stuff, even some Arawak. You know, but let's see. So stirrup spout portrait vessel, Moshe, 300 to 600 AD. It says this solemn-looking individual wears one type of headdress seen on stirrup spout portraits, in which a patterned headband is punctuated to the right of center by a projection in the shape of a war club head. Strands of hair frame the face with tubular ear ornaments just outside these. Painted pupils in the eyes animate the face, even though mold made, the definition of features is sharp. The lower area of the vessel is rebuilt, and overall there is repainting to strengthen color areas. So yeah, there was some sort of it sounds like there was some sort of restorations, but I just find it ironic that even with restoration, they then decide to repaint it or something like that. You know, at least whoever restored it stayed true to the actual depiction. And so there you have it. Oh, and I did do a kind of another comparison, like with one of the previous figures. So just again comparing phenotypes. So this individual on the left would be considered an Afro-Peruvian today, and this individual on the right would be considered a descendant of the Inca or Moshe. I would probably say Inca of Peru, right? But then when we compare it to this depiction here, I would have to say that this Afro-Peruvian fits the phenotype of this artifact astoundingly more than this individual here, who's now being given the title of being the original people of Peru. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty clear cut and evident what's going on. We've had the okie doke run on our people, but we know the truth now, and the truth is coming to light. And people are gonna have to answer some questions soon, you know. And there's no stopping this movement. It is what it is. So with that's my last depiction, or sorry, my last artifact for today, and we definitely will pick up possibly tomorrow. A1, you there? Hold on, give me 1 second.